And we're live. Introduce yourself, Tavia, and I'll introduce the other two.
Hello, this is Roger. I review comic movie video games and play. I do walking and playthrough. I also have my own Twitch channel, and I didn't know that I've started well. So let's get the first start on what the topic.
It's just like always. It's just
On
whatever
comic.
we want.
We'll do it one on one.
Anyway, okay. Anyway, this is Edgar. Well, his name is Comic Book Fan 1992. You can find him there on YouTube and probably on Twitter and on Facebook. And also, someone later is going to be Nick Lens, as usual. Nick Lens at pretty much Nick Lens on YouTube and Facebook, which I will link after this podcast is done. But first, let's go about what's going on in Twitter.
Oh boy, where do we begin? Oh, I know it's already actually they're attacking Ethan Ben's guy for after no reason.
Yeah, I know. First of all, Daryl Ayo said he never had any interaction with Ethan Van Sciver, even though we have actual screenshots where he called him a Nazi since August.
Yeah, this is a minefield.
Him, Tim Doyle, Joe Glass, Rich Johnson, all these men were all.
Where have I heard that name before? Oh,
yeah,
the Bleeding Cool.
Yes, he's the guy who actually owns Bleeding Cool, the website. Shit. Yeah, anyway, yeah, they were harassing. And Rich Johnson actually, did you even read that piece he put out?
I heard that. I heard that. I didn't read it, but yeah, I just didn't. It just pissed me off so much.
You know what's sadder? Rich Johnson said a couple of months back that Ethan Van Sciver is not a Nazi. And even Daryl Ayo said that Ethan Van Sciver is not a Nazi. But exactly 1 month ago, all of a sudden he is a Nazi. And the thing is, Daryl Ayo, he never once tried, when we ask him for proof, he will literally tell us he will literally say, fuck you, and then he'll block you. And this all started because of Gail Simone. Because Gail Simone basically said Daryl Ayo is a cool, level-headed, intelligent person, yet he goes around calling people Nazis and telling them themselves.
This guy is intelligent. He's got to be acting like a child.
In fact, I could bring up the freaking screenshots right now. Because, my God, have we been keeping track of this stuff.
I try to avoid it at the plague, but against the point that I may talk about my channel, but it'll be like a minefield. Pretty good bullshit.
Oh, like I said, Twitter is a minefield. But right now, let's talk about what's going on in Marvel. First, Spider-Man. Chip Zdarsky's Spider-Man is actually amazing.
Well, the way this show came out, the only thing we had Red Goblin show up for one panel, and here's the thing though.
Wait, is this Slott Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we all come to an agreement that Slott is doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I'm trying out the rules.
Yeah, that's what my conspiracy is. He's doing this on purpose just to spite the fans because he knows that when issue 800 comes, he's getting off the book, and then somebody else is taking over.
One more day. We're going to confuse the hell out of me. Like, if they have one more day, why aren't they going to do it? Are they going to do anything of that?
Actually, I know one way he could truly spite the fans. And I know if you did this, I know you probably would start reading Spider-Man altogether if he did this. And you know what that is? Damn straight.
Is that happening?
What's going on now? I mean,
first we're talking about what happened on Twitter, where Ethan Van Sciver was like harassed. He left Twitter for like a week or two because they kept calling him Nazi, even though we have screenshots of this one guy who basically since August just out of nowhere declared Ethan Van Sciver a Nazi. Ethan invited him to a podcast, and he said that Ethan was harassing him, even though he was just trying to invite him to the podcast to explain his side of the story. Then he blocked people. I asked him a question. He told me to go fuck myself, and then he blocked me.
Fucking people. Like this way.
I was gonna say I got a new screenshot to show you guys because this is the latest bit of controversy where there's only 2 or 3 names I agree with, but everything else. Basically, on Twitter, a guy put out the comic book blacklist of comic book writers, artists, colorers, editors, and the indie mafia. Basically saying these are the people who should be kicked out of the comic industry or something.
Who are they?
That would be no business. I swear to God.
No, business is not on there. Business is. But the point of the entire the point from what I see the entire list is for is people who are bad, who have bad behavior, talks down to his fans and push their political agendas in comics. That's what I see from the comic, but the list, but it just blew out of it just blew up so fast. And there's a lot of comic book writers who say if you don't like their comics, don't buy them. And I'm saying that's how the books got canceled in the first place because no one bought them.
I know Silver Surfer got canceled, which is a shame that the book was good.
I didn't like the Surfer book. I mean, like I kind of felt like it wasn't really, to me, wasn't really Silver Surfer. So I
felt like Doctor Who-ish.
Yeah. Too much Doctor Who-ish. But
I can't like a complaint.
Yeah, I know Dan Slott's a Doctor Who fan, but you don't turn Silver Surfer into Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm. I can understand that.
Well, it's less of a Doctor Who story and more of his fantasy story. Because a lot of us picked up that the fact that the girl who was in the Silver Surfer story, you could tell that Dan Slott kind of wrote himself into the book itself. In the book.
Oh yeah, that's even creepy.
Yeah, people said that he basically drew himself a comic book girlfriend because you can put a couple of dots together and realize that this is what Dan Slott really wanted. Like this is what Dan Slott is like. He's dreaming up this perfect girl he wish he can date. But all in all, it was a great book. The problem is that he never advertised it. Yeah.
God, Anne William because useless character. She's so boring.
Well, like I said, it was a cool story. It was shown. At least I'm glad to it showed that hey, Dan Slott actually can make good
story.
He can write. It's just that somebody has to, reel him back in and quit talking about politics.
That thing shocked me because if he writes his Gold Coin Silver Surfer, why does Spider-Man Craft just keep sucking? Like, get it.
Yeah. Anyway, go back to Spider-Man.
Yeah, back to his plan. Basically, to make long story short, the Scorpio came back, and guess what he does? Oh no! Wait, scratch it. That was like 2 years ago. My bad. Loki showed up, and guess what? You might not have that favorite from JMS's run. Oh, guess what? Loki had to go.
I saw a picture of that, and I saw somebody talking about, oh, this is like one more day again or something like that. I never saw it, but
they reference it.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, talking about how Loki brought up one more day again.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I don't know. I kind of scratch my head at what they're trying to do. How many sales for Renewed Vows? Did it decline or it got back up?
Technically, last year was literally, we all pulled the numbers. Almost, besides Spider-Man, X-Men,
and Batman.
I think that was it. Everybody else was literally selling under 15 to 10,000 per book. They said it was last year was so bad. It went down 10%, and over 100 and something local comic book stores over the nation closed because nobody was buying the books.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like Marvel, like this is why I kind of feel like Marvel and DC needs to some companies need to cut down.
You mean a comic?
It's just comics whole. Like, if you're gonna buy it, like, I kind of feel like just buy the important ones. Like, that's what I feel like for marketing purposes and money. You don't buy all these comic books all these titles if they're gonna be selling or not. I mean, like, you buy the hot ones. Yeah, well, I don't know about that one, but it's like, it's just like you buy the hot ones and that you go forward. Now DC, I don't know, but DC seems like everything is selling very well.
DC is doing good.
DC is doing well. Marvel is iffy right now. It's like some books are selling, some are ain't.
Some are busy declining, canceled, like that.
No. They'll keep. No, here's the thing, Tevia. They'll keep it going if it's like a big name. It's just they'll keep it going. Like hell, Iron Man, it's down by the bottom.
It is. Damn.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That really sucked. The Iron Man book.
Oh well, that's because Ben, look at what Ben is doing. He's not even the story isn't going anywhere.
The story is so goddamn so boring. And I thought,
and the fact that he made Riri
boring.
Everyone thought that Riri was an okay character, but no, it just got worse, and it just keeps getting worse.
Speaking of getting worse, wait till we get to my Rise's book. That book is still going slow and boring to the point that here's the thing like that. They answered the whole Uncle Aaron stuff. My answer is the same question. How are you still alive? Aaron gave an answer. He doesn't know. What? That's an answer.
Hang on a second, guys. I'm going to screen share it. Oh, sorry to cut you off, but I'm going to go screen share it to you guys.
Okay.
Okay. But you can go on, Tibby.
Yeah. Speaking of my book came out and oh boy, where do we begin? Oh, I know. What's it? It says. Why the fuck is there? Go. This is 20 hours. This 50 reboot. Jack Martin give us some reports and finding 20. Yeah.
Yeah, the magazine fell to 522 million. The largest percentage drop since 1998. That's 10%.
Whoa.
That's 10%.
Not a crash when the comic industry crop basically.
Yeah, that's what we haven't seen that since Marvel tried the Reborn.
Yeah, and in March, a $10 minute by minute issue became the most expensive comic ever to top the charts. What? How?
Remember when Dan Slott sold that title for $10?
Yeah, that pissed me off.
That was the highest rated for a single issue.
Why? Why did people buy buy a $10 book? It was a ripoff. The book wasn't that good anyway. The book was just stupid.
No, it's not the fact that people bought it. It's the fact that look how it was priced. That's what made it expensive.
Yeah, that's why I got pissed off because that felt like a ripoff. It was a bad story. The book, in my opinion, was not worth $10. It was just all the bottom stories were all pointed and boring except for one. That's a pretty octopus crap. That's because Dan Slott, right? Doctor, it's his character. Even though it isn't.
Let's see. Marvel Little Legacy did a continuation of the Dark Multiverse. Okay, let's see. By July, the slowdown accelerated by DC joining Marvel and beginning behind its 2016 pace due to comparisons with the previous years. Okay, this is where Rebirth launched, and this is where Rebirth started.
Rebirth succeeded.
No. See, the problem was Rebirth was picking up the slack. The problem is that it cannot save the industry.
It can't. Even DC knows about this, but DC and themselves know what they.
The problem is Marvel's too big. Marvel could actually, stabilize all this, but all these SJW politics and
gimmicks.
Yeah, it just made it terrible. Like they were basically publishing 54 books at one time, and nobody could buy all those books.
Holy shit! Insane but stupid. Because from a marketing standpoint and from an industry standpoint, and from predicting across from history, everything has to junior appear, and plus this Marvel European fitting themselves by using all these books like that and not giving you our story to breathe. Example Civil War II, Secret Empire, Secret Wars.
Good news is that Dark Knight's Metal actually was the best-selling thing at the quarter of the end of the year.
It was, and it's still amazing. Even Doomsday Clock might have been awesome.
Yeah, but the problem is Doomsday Clock and Metal brought DC up, but it still cannot save Marvel.
That's true. Marvel needs to save themselves. That's the thing. Because the problem is, we're trying with Silver Side bullshit. We're still trying to make Actor Rondo. We're still after the Actor Rondo gone, but we're still trying to Tom Bluebird. Once all three guys are gone, maybe things can probably change. I know Dan Slott taking over Iron Man. I get, and I am happy with that. The Friendly both need some fresh blood. ASAP. My advice?
So does Iron Man. Get Bendis off of it because Bendis doesn't care.
Not true. Okay.
I'm more worried about what Bendis is going to do with Superman.
I'm worried too because I've been saying since the day I died. Superman book on have been one of the best books on the it's been one of the best books that might be at the NGC, and both Peter DeMasi and Dan Jennings have been amazing. They've been top notch. I want the books to succeed, not die, and I'm worried Bendis would destroy the books and better get made own quick hitters. That's what they eat.
this is what we were talking about. Overall, this is the overall units. This is the actual overall sales of the units.
309 Marvel issue 1, Dark Knight Metal, 278,000.
Sold out quick.
Yep, indeed. Peter Parker's Back to Spider-Man. That book has been good. I'll give it good. That book is one good book. The Spider-Man out there, I like the Spider-Man universe. Getting a new Spider-Man has been really blockbuster, but it's still okay. It's not. It doesn't piss me off. It has to make me happy. Unfortunately, since Batman gone, I think the book is drop quality. Which is sad. I had to love that book.
Let's see. Star Wars is doing good. The Batman Who Laughs, Amazing Spider-Man, Star Wars Darth Maul, Amazing Spider-Man, Flash. Okay, let's get to the bottom of the list. Let's start going a little more downward, and you start to see some very, very sad numbers. Let's get all the way down there. Okay,
Spider-Man. Whoa, Spider-Man's really down.
Oh, okay. Wait, showing that. Okay. Yeah, this is the top 300. So let's go to like 100 and see, let's go a little further up. Even DC Superhero Girls Summer Olympus. Even that.
Oh yeah, that's the little like mini show that showed on YouTube. Or what I'm talking about, I forget. It's weird.
Okay, this is just talking about selling comics that nobody wants right now.
Yeah, Marvel Legacy. That one show is pointless.
Actually, I like Paper Girls.
No, Paper Girls is good. I meant Marvel Legacy.
Yeah, actually, I gotta get the second volume. I got volume 3 at my comic book store, but they didn't have volume 2. So I have to go back on there. But yeah, let's see. Dark Knight Metal, The Master. Honestly, what was the point of Dark Knight 3? Because no one talked about that.
Honestly, in my opinion, it felt more like a cash grab, and no one wanted to see it go. But Dark Knight 2 was horrible. Dark Knight 3, it wasn't bad. Dark Knight 2, but it just felt pointless because, for God's sake, the Dark Knight 2 it was a good story. Let's leave it alone. We don't need sequel or prequel like Watchmen. Actually, Watchmen is not kind of worms, but it was doomed.
But anywho,
good. Anyways.
Anyway, yeah, back to the comics. Anyway, yeah, so Norman Osborn is still trying to figure out how to become the Green Goblin.
Actually, got the concept right now.
Why?
Esther? I have no idea. Let's still explain it. Actually, they did explain it basically in the way of the show because apparently the concept can help him become Goblin again. Even though last time I checked, I thought he magically wanted to become a Goblin again. Not with the concept. Where did you get the currency here? Oh wait, his 2 henchmen got it for him. Which, okay, 1. How do you hide his goons?
I'm back. What the fuck happened?
Oh wait, what happened to Cassidy? If he has the Carnage symbiote, what happened to Cassidy then?
Cassidy symbiote. Wait a minute. Who's Cassidy again? Fucking forget it.
Quick Cassidy is the Carnage.
Oh.
What happened to him?
Because
if Osborn has the symbiote suit, and that means that something had to have a Cassidy. Anyway,
I think the Carnage series to explain it, but I never read the Carnage series.
Oh, I was showing Tavia, Nick, that Edgar, that for the last year, comics all around went down by $522 million. That's 10%.
Oh.
Just imagine that. And this is why people saying comic book shops were closing, and the people at Marvel were acting like nothing happened. This is a terrible thing.
Yeah, but it's just here's the thing. I mean, if you put out so many books and you have comic shops trying to get all these books out, they're I know what they're trying to do, and I see with both sides, but it's like I kind of feel like that just sometimes happens. My comic shop was almost like the same result, but they weren't doing so well. It's not like the economy and the way things going, it's not doing so well. Money's very tight in today's day and age.
It's not very tight, as in nobody wants to buy them.
Yeah, that too. I mean, It's also another thing. I just kind of feel like a lot of them is like either they're not promoting the books or they're not or just something that makes them interested. I mean, like the female Thor or Miss Marvel, Kamala, sparked the interest. Like, whoa, what's this? And
I found recent sale numbers, and looks like the Benedict Balance is doing great.
Yeah. And
the painting down 2 days back, that's doing well. Decade Folk Road.
Well, how much? Okay, whoa, 10. Wow, number 10. The new latest Spider-Man issue.
I think so. Hang on. So, no, not really. This is Venom Inc.
Oh yeah, that's 92.
No.
Well,
yeah, and then there was the fact that Spider-Man had the highest selling comic. Well, the most expensive comic for 2017 was at $10.
Yep, no, 25. Look at the numbers were 7.4 million.
But yeah, just imagine $522 wasted in comic shops for closing. And the problem with it is that I believe it's Diamond, the people who sell them the units. The problem is the comic book stores cannot return the products they ordered. So let's say you order like 20 Marvel Legacy and only 8 of them sell. You cannot return it and get your money back. Therefore, it's just there collecting dust.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of comics are recording now in 2017, which is not good. That's just sad because there's some
you there, Nick?
There's some good.
Yeah, I'm here.
Doomsday Cloud did help a lot of distributors. It did actually help.
Legends of Korra.
Yeah, book 3 comes out sometime in August.
Yep.
Okay.
And that will tie up the comic.
On the top 10.
I'll just say this right now. I mean, I don't know what Marvel can do to kind of save their asses. I kind of feel like either way, they're kind of screwed. It's just like, my only saying is promote the book, but I feel like it's just, yeah.
When it comes to that, the only franchise of books that gets motion are the X-Men books.
Yep.
Because they promote them at the end of every issue, with the exception of the Deadpool books. They're not there, despite the fact they're part of the same family of books, which is weird.
Then again, it's Marvel, and I'm glad that C.B. Cebulski is doing something about some of these titles.
I wish he changed all the bad books,
trying to fix
like Iceman in America.
Oh wait, Nick, I was
the only titles they're getting canned. I don't really understand why they're ending for, at least why people weren't buying them. Like Hawkeye. Hawkeye was not a terrible title. I mean, yeah, it's a female-led title, but nothing wrong with that. You got Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel.
No, the books that got canceled were they were selling less than 8,000.
Yeah, I heard that one book that actually was the worst selling book, and yet Marvel's canceling this one, I heard, was Luke Cage.
No. The worst canceling book the one book that was the worst book that had so low numbers was G.I. Joe Scarlet Strike Force by Aubrey Sitterson, which got canceled before it even got started. It ended at issue 2.
It did?
Okay, I heard something that apparently Scarlet Strike Force is apparently only supposed to last for 8 issues.
No, they canceled
that. 8 issues? That's it?
No, they canceled that.
Yeah, I heard something was announced as an 8-issue limited series. That's what I heard.
Well, first, actually, it was going to be the regular G.I. Joe series, but then Aubrey Sitterson started.
Yeah, that got canned after like 9 issues. The last one they published. By
Aubrey Sitterson, which he pissed off
that
the fans,
one person
and then they changed
the artwork for it.
No. I was saying, like, that's what I was explaining. Like, the reason why it got canceled is because he pissed off the fans. One of the things he said was, and I quote, I can put this on Twitter, bring this back up on Twitter. He said, anybody that was not in New York on the day of 9/11 has no right to mourn it.
What? Are you kidding me? What
Also,
asshole?
he changed some people around. Like, what was the name? They had the one, I forgot, he was on the G.I. Joe, I forgot his name. I'm not very well versed, but I remember him from the cartoon show. For some reason, Aubrey Citizen turned him into a fat Somalian woman, which, in the army, you have to actually have a certain weight limit.
Yeah.
Like, let me go bring it up.
But in the case of turning one of the characters overweight, that's a bit surprising. I don't think it was one of the big name Joes. What was it?
No, it was
I don't know. I don't
read G.I. Joe. Look it up. I gotta go look it up. It was a recognizable Joe.
I don't really read G.I. Joe, so I have no horse in this way whatsoever.
Do. The thing with G.I. Joe is that there's two universes of G.I. Joe published by IDW. There is the one IDW created, the one started by Chuck Dixon, which I even told him to remember the second time. And then, of course, there's the original continuity started by Larry Hama, which is still continuing to this very day after 36 years. Though there was a brief, I think it was like a 10-year break, because even though it was published by Devil's Due, but Hasbro, in order to take off Devil's Due, declared their comic not canon with the Marvel continuity at all.
Why?
I think the reason why is because they didn't like what Devil's Due did with the G.I. Joe characters. Like, they killed off Lady J in the comic book.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, they killed her off, and they killed her off, and G.I. Joe. So the only reason why that IDW brought back the original one was because their comic was doing so well, they thought, okay, why don't we also bring back the original G.I. Joe with the original creator, though he did also do some other G.I. Joe work at IDW. He did the series G.I. Joe Origins. He wrote that series. Originally, it was slated that the first volume that IDW published for G.I. Joe, originally it was slated to be Larry Hama, to be the writer of the book, but then they changed it to Chuck Dixon. And after reading the book, I'm like, wow, Dixon did a fantastic job with the book. And I heard there was an article recently, he's a huge G.I. Joe fan, and it was a dream of his to write the G.I. Joe book for IDW.
Well, wait, who said it? Yeah. No, who said it?
Chuck
Dixon. I heard about an article he did last year.
Oh, cool.
Good for him. I'm glad he's doing good work. He deserves it.
Did you guys hear what happened about the Marvel Retreat? Two good things
happened. What happened this time?
I haven't.
No, this time it was good. It was actually good news for once. Apparently, Christopher Priest and Jonathan Hickman were at the Marvel Retreat.
Okay. Does that mean could be take over main Spider-Man? Or is it go by the Black Panther?
We don't know, but I'm glad that Jonathan Hickman is back. That means he could probably maybe they'll finally publish that freaking Shield series.
Yeah, it's only been I think the last comic he came out that he was written by him that was published by Marvel. Wow, it's been like 2 years. Yeah, the final issue came out 2 years ago. For Christopher Priest, he did do something recently for Marvel. He did that miniseries Inhumans Once Feature King with the awesome Phil Noto on the artwork, and I spoke to one particular artist about it. He says that he's a friend of Phil Noto's, and that's Casey Jones. That's the name of the artist, Casey Jones. No, he's not. It's not the character from TMNT. It's actually there's an actual artist named Casey Jones. He was one of the many artists that came out with the original Birds of Prey comic book.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, man.
Yeah. So anyway, what have you been reading, Nick?
Mostly reading a lot of the newer stuff. I haven't caught up with anything like. The only thing old I actually finished reading recently was the first volume of Jonah Hex.
New 52? Or pre-52?
The pre-52, the one that was published, started back in the 70s. I read it online. I read like all 92 issues online. It's a really dang good volume. And I heard this, and this is really weird, part of DC, what happened after the Jonah Hex film came out. I heard this from Jimmy Palmiotti. Apparently, after that film came out, all the stores returned returned all the trades that had this Jonah Hex on it back to DC.
Well, the movie was
all because
poor.
What happened
was just poor. He sailed.
Yeah, apparently. Now, All-Star Western, they'll sell that no problem. But if there's and here's kind of the weird thing about it. I've tried looking for like old trades of Jonah Hex. Like I went to Midtown Comics, went to various comic shops. Apparently, no comic shop sells any Jonah Hex trade at all, which is weird because he's an awesome character. His books are always amazing. I mean, the only one I found was No Turning Back that Palmiotti and Justin Gray did about 7 years ago.
I don't think I ever saw Jonah Hex trade anywhere I've been.
Yeah, but the last book that Jonah Hex had was that one-shot crossover with Yosemite Sam.
Yeah, which surprised a lot of people. Said Marvel is doing so bad that DC basically made filler issues, and it still outsold them.
Yeah, I think that when it comes to best-selling comics at Marvel right now, I would say, as of currently, I think Thor is probably up there, probably one of the best-selling books because that book has been amazing on the Jason Aaron.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to think.
It'll be X-Men, Spider-Man, and probably Thor, not Iron Man.
Oh no, Iron Man's down to the bottom. Which, honestly, I kind of feel like with that, it's like, it's nothing new. But it's like, granted, I'm gonna ask all of you guys a question: would the books keep selling if they didn't kill off Rhodey?
I think it would have been selling, but earlier they would have shoot Indigo to armor.
Yeah, I'm not sure what DC's problem with Rhodey was.
Marvel.
Because
DC.
I'm not sure what the problem was because I don't know if you guys noticed this. The same year that Disney bought Marvel was also the same year they started and ended the first War Machine comic published. I think it was in about 15 years because there was one comic they had back in the 90s, and after it's like Marvel kept trying to put War Machine in a comic book, but for some reason he wasn't selling at all. He had 3 comic books. You had War Machine Volume 2, Iron Man 2.0, and the short-lived Iron Patriot series.
I thought Iron Patriot was another one. Did I miss anything?
When you read Iron Patriot, I'm sure Edgar probably agree with me on this. It kind of feels like you're reading an issue of Steel from DC Comics.
Yeah, it kind of does. Speaking of Steel,
because
he's in Superwoman ended.
One of his supporting characters is his niece.
Yep.
Kind of like Steel has Natasha Irons as a supporting character in his book.
But the question: why didn't they use at the War Machine's niece? At the like Steel at the assume was Superwoman.
Yeah, but here's something also really weird. I mean, I would think that because Rhodey had no kids, I would think that his armor would go to his niece.
Not the new
that's what the armor probably belongs to. And yet, for some reason, Nick Fury gave it to the Punisher, which is weird, which is odd.
Why Punisher? Punisher's more shoot faster than never. You keep it shoot bigger brother, but
and currently in this book, he used the armor to go to a foreign country to, like, I think he was there just to kill the leader. He ended up basically freeing a lot of
civilians,
people who were sent to one of their late labor camps they had over there. He freed like a bunch of them, and the only reason why he did it was so he can kill the leader of the country. It was
good for him. I'm on his side. I'm gonna punch on that one. Screw that guy. Wait.
Yeah, he was not there to liberate the country. He was just there just to kill a dictator. That's the only reason why he was there. And giving Punisher one of the Iron Man armors like that, it's like saying that he can turn New York City into a war zone, like a really serious war zone with that armor. He could practically devastate New York City.
Definitely.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this right now. When he was all doing fucking killing people and I think issue 2 or 3, I don't know, around the country, killing a lot of people. It reminded me where Rhodey was using his armor, something similar where he's causing trouble, causing things that he shouldn't supposed to do, and Iron Man had to intervene. And I'm like, dude, I'm just waiting for that fucking day. I'm just waiting for that day where Iron Man just say, you have something that belongs to me. And I'm just waiting for that day, because I'm like, that suit doesn't belong to him.
He probably because of Nick Fury. I say
all right, Nick. All right, I'll mute you just in case. Sorry, buddy. All right, you got mute. I think I fucking mute him.
Hang on a second, I'll mute him.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hear his background music, all that bullshit. Sorry, buddy. But yeah, I mean, like, I kind of feel like, I mean, you know, that is going to happen. I really hope it does, but I kind of feel like he might blow the armor up, or he might ditch the suit before then, when Iron Man does come back. So we'll see. I mean, you know, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm looking in. I'm just looking at it if they do it, but we'll see. But
where is he? Because I know at the
because he woke up. He probably went to another Hall of Iron Man suit. The guy could literally. It's kind of like he stashes Hall of Armors everywhere, and he says,
Batman.
yeah, kind of like Batman. But he said he's gonna look for Rhodey. So I'm like, so is he gonna go to the grave?
Is he gonna clone him with Jackal?
No, I don't know about cloning. Dan Slott's probably gonna do something really crazy.
Nope.
And I'm excited for Dan Slott's Iron Man run because it's new and it's fresh and something I would like to see him do.
Fine, I was Spider-Man fine. Me, someone could take over the main Spider-Man book and after and good and get me off the Iron Man book. Oh wait! Oh shit! I completely forgot. Major's an Iron Man book.
Well, we don't know. Honestly, I don't really care. Hell, MJ could be like personally. I mean, you know, I'm always like, I always like that relationship a lot, but I just like, I mean, I'm done caring. I really am. I got renew your vows. We got renew your vows. There's really no point of asking anymore. But enough bullshit around. I mean, you know, with the way they're going with Iron Man, I just don't know. I'm kind of a little bit stumped. I'm kind of scratching my head. With Spider-Man, it's doing okay right now. I kind of see they're doing some good storylines. It's just good. It's not worth exciting about. I mean, you get what I mean? It's not horrible, which a lot of people say it's horrible, which I'm like, I understand people's complaints, but I'm like, it's not really that bad.
Not that bad, in my opinion. Like, it's not horrendous like Conquest
it could was. It just could have been better. That's all that's my complaint. It's just like Venom Inc. When I first read it, I'm like, well, that was kind of disappointing, but good at the same time. It's like good, but it's just disappointing. I mean,
it could have been what was Venomverse coming out or Venomize.
Hey! I told you that shit was gonna happen, and no,
you called it.
Hey, dude, I saw the setup. I saw the shit. I mean, like, I know what I was like. When I said I know what I'm talking about, Disney cancels. Then what the fuck?
What?
I mean, I'm looking at Comcast. The Disney cancels Fox's awful Stan Lee movie.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that. That one sounded a horrible idea.
What are we gonna do?
They're really not gonna buy it. They're gonna stand with an action hero. I'm not kidding. It sounds.
Why in the world would they make Stan Lee an action hero for? It just seems so bizarre. If you want to do a Stan Lee biopic, do a biopic because he's got an interesting life.
Yeah, he's got a good interesting life. You could have had. You could go the inside out. Hell, weren't there a biopic of Wonder Woman's creator or Wonder Woman's
I think
writer?
so. Yeah.
I mean, like
No, but I know about all
if
his
you want to
weird
think
little
of
fetishes.
another person, I've heard that an idea of maybe do one for this guy as well because he's got an interesting background. Vince McMahon, the owner of World Wrestling Entertainment. People probably want to see a biopic about him too.
What, Vince McMahon?
Yeah. I think
actually, Vince McMahon would probably be a terrible idea because there's so much controversy around that man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Especially the steroid scandals.
Oh.
boy.
Murder, suicide, which they took care of him. They say his brain was literally it had the brain of a 70-year-old man. Too many shots to the head.
Yeah, I heard about that when it came to Chris Benoit, and they had to basically do a lot of changes even afterwards. But
Surgery.
the only thing they probably could do is probably talk about his early life. I heard something that he didn't meet his father, the first Vince McMahon, until he was 12 years old.
Well, he has an interesting life, an interesting career, but I think it's if you're gonna make it, he's probably gonna censor it heavily.
No,
yeah,
yeah,
but if I can think of a
censor
comic creator aside from Stan Lee who make an interesting biopic, guess how interesting he is? Batman, legendary Batman creator, Denny O'Neil.
Bill Finger or Bob Kane?
Not well. Bill Finger, Bob Kane, interesting too.
Bill Finger,
I'm talking about Denny O'Neil, one of the legendary writers of Batman.
How about a biopic of Alan Moore and all the crazy crap that goes into his head? Better yet, Frank Miller, all the crazy crap that goes into his head.
Oh, good God.
Yeah, I have never been, but there is one right. I think Tivia, you could be happy about this, Tivia. I saw a Mid-Con Orlando Comic-Con site that the writer of Super Sons is going to be there, and I'm going to bring my Super Sons straight from inside.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Peter J. Tomasi is going to be there?
Yep, along with DC co-publisher Jim Lee. He was the first person announced for it. There was like a bunch of others, like Tom King, let's see, The Finches, Amanda Connor, a bunch of people. They even have, let's see, they have, he's an old artist. He drew Superman. Joaquin Garcia Lopez.
Phil Levitz or Phil Lopez or Phil Levitz?
It's if I can find him here. It's Luis it's let me bring up the description here. I met this guy before. The guy is an interesting guy to meet.
I still want to meet Peter tomorrow someday.
Me too. I'm just kind of wondering what Bendis' plans for Superman 1000 is going to be.
Yeah, Action Con 1000.
Well, I'm just seeing what's his going to do with it in the whole the book, his own Superman title.
Yeah, the Man of Steel book, but it's a 6-issue miniseries.
Yeah. One thing I'm questioning though, like I know he's going to relaunch the Superman title #1.
That annoyed me. Why heard about that? I heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know why he wanted to do that for, but the question is, yeah, I read that in an article when he was going to take over Superman, and he said he chose. I think there was an article that came out. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Of why he chose Superman over Batman.
Yep.
I mean, I would have thought Batman would be more interesting because, well, Bendis is a lot in his comics. He's known for doing that. I would have thought Batman was choice, but I think I know the reason why he chose Superman over Batman. Because Batman is having a lot of good stuff going for him right now. Maybe he wants to do something more. And I've also heard this, and Tiff, you're going to be happy with this. They're not going to get rid of John.
Thank God. I was so worried about that from day one. But you know what, Bennett? You're the left of
anything that happened to Rebirth, he's not going to get rid of that at all. He just taking the series in a new direction, and he's going to give it kind of like what John Byrne did in the 80s. I mean, he's taking inspiration from the legendary John Byrne. I mean, heck, the series is called Man of Steel. I mean, the same name as the miniseries that Byrne came out back in '86.
After Crazy Earths. after the so the reboot into Super.
Yeah, but this
Well,
is
it
kind
makes
of
sense.
a big event, and this is supposed to be like it's that's simply put what he's trying to set up.
No, wait, what you say? You cut off right there.
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah, he's trying to set up something for the future when it comes to Superman. Now, as for when the relaunch is going to happen, I don't know when. I have no idea.
Wait. What? Wait, he's launching his own Superman book after Man of Steel?
Well,
yeah,
the Superman title is published right now. That is going to restart #1. I don't know why in the world he thinks it's a good idea.
About that. Why?
Is Bendis taking over it, or is he not?
He is. He's taking over that and Action Comics. He's doing both. I don't know why he would do Action Comics, especially as Dan Jurgens is doing an awesome job with the book.
I'm like, okay, all right. I might take a look at it because I'm a humongous Bendis fan. I don't care what anyone says. I liked the last one of Vince Wyman.
Before Civil War 2.
No. Fuck that. No, Civil War 2. The Civil War tie-ins were fucking amazing. I don't know what anyone's fucking talking about. It was a very good development on Tony Stark. I mean, I can go and explain that.
And the comics are pretty cool too, except the ending.
I'm not talking about Civil War. That's a different fucking topic. I mean, hell, I could rant on that bullshit fucking ending because I don't like that was so bullshit.
Yeah, which the ending, all it served was to set up Secret Empire. That was the whole purpose of it.
That Secret Empire was a waste of time.
I have to go now. Brett needs me.
Is he still writing for Marvel?
I think he is a bit. I don't know what he's writing.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna be writing the Doctor Strange Damnation crossover.
Ain't Scarlet Spider part of that crossover for some stupid reason?
Yeah, Scarlet Spider, Doctor Strange, and you're not gonna believe this. Johnny Blaze, the Ghost Rider, is going to be part of this crossover. He's getting a one-shot.
Okay, where's not Jaime? Where's with the other Ghost Rider? I can't believe that name.
There are two others. There is Danny Ketch and Robbie Reyes. I don't know where Danny Ketch is. I think the last I saw him was in the second. I think it was in the first annual for Superior Spider-Man game.
I thought I saw Robbie Reyes. He's in World War one shots, and that's it. No, they barely use him anymore.
Because
that was Robbie Reyes, not Dan Ketch.
Oh. I'll talk about Robbie Reyes. I wouldn't talk about Dan Ketch.
I mean, honestly, like I like Ghost Rider. We'll see. Like, I don't know about Ghost Rider. Like, they're gonna have to at least set up a comic book or a TV show to get the spark of going. Because we'll say this right now: when Punisher and Daredevil and Iron Fist and Luke Cage and even Jessica Jones start their Netflix shows or their shows, their comics went up. Yep. And that's the whole point of, I feel like, if you're going to do a Ghost Rider comic, you got to have a TV show because their merchandise go up. I'm kind of like, I'm just used to borrow this whole mindset. Like with anime and manga, when the anime comes, it goes, the manga sales and the DVD sales of the anime go up.
They triple.
Yeah, and they really go up. Their sales make money.
They do. I think currently, as of right now, One Piece is the highest selling manga currently in Japan.
Exactly.
That's still going?
Yes. It's still going?
It's almost 900 chapters in. And I heard about this from James Hansen. Apparently, Bleach has got over 100 million sales right now, despite the fact the series did it 2 years ago.
Oh, wow. What about Naruto?
Naruto's
I have not heard anything about Naruto at all. I've heard nothing. But Bleach, I'm quite happy that it actually got that much. I'm happy for it.
I'm hoping that fucking... I'm almost saying this right now. That movie, that fucking live-action movie better be fucking worth it because...
Are we going to film an Aquaman live-action movie? Or it's coming on Netflix?
No, that's already been made.
No, it's being released in Japan first. It's coming this coming July.
Yeah.
Wait, what is?
Worried about Format Ocarina movie.
Live action movie.
Oh,
all we know about this film is that we have the actor play Ichigo. Recently, we got the actors playing Rukia. Apparently, the Hollows are going to be CGI. That's what we heard, which I don't think that's surprising. Hopefully, the CGI looks good because the first teaser we got, we only got one hand of one of the Hollows. Looks okay from what I saw from it, but this film, they're very slow in releasing stuff, and I've heard Kubo is involved with the production of this film, just like Kishimoto is involved with the live-action Naruto film.
And I will say this right now. I'm hoping they do a good job on this, so the Naruto movie could do well. The live-action one, pray to fucking God. That's like another Dragon Ball Evolution scenario.
I kind of thought the same thing for the last few live-action films I've watched. They're based upon manga. Yeah, first you have Rurouni Kenshin. That was amazing. Its two follow-up films were amazing. Attack on Titan was okay. I didn't hate it. I thought it was okay. The Tokyo Ghoul film. Wow, this was so amazing. It was like so much familiar stuff. Like if you watched the anime prior to watching this film, like, hey, that looks familiar. Hey, look, it's that character. I mean, it's like, wow, it's like they paid so much respect to source material. And I think they adapt like the first few arcs of the manga for this film. This is why I think they changed locations, but the fight scenes are still very effective. The only thing the movie got criticized for was those things. It's those things that come out of the ghouls' backs that look like tails. Yeah, because it's CGI. I was not surprised about that. To me, they look pretty good for CGI. They actually unfinished or rushed. It looked very smooth and very natural the way it's supposed to look in CGI.
What about Tokyo Ghoul, right? Ow.
Yes, Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah.
It is very violent.
I heard Tokyo Ghoul's more than was better. It was really good.
It's very good.
It is? Okay. I'll just say this right now, how I feel about this. I mean, honestly, I'm okay with live action anime adaptations or manga adaptations. I just feel like just keep the source material great and just respect it and just do it right. It is proven. It's proven fact that it can be done. It's just my only worries is corporate greed.
Corporate greed.
Yes, but the Bleach live action film is not the only one come out this year. The live action adaptation of a manga.
Okay, Your Name.
Battle Angel Alita come out this year as well.
Battle Angel Alita. Look at the anime. It was great. It's a linear remake.
Wait, what?
Your Name.
Huh?
Your Name. That's the name of the anime.
What are you talking about?
I watched it last year, and it was amazing. It's one of the best movies I saw all year.
Oh, yeah, the movie that came out?
Mm-hmm. That one would
it's getting a live action attempt. They probably you should be more cautious. Like, if Tevye, you should be like thinking like not against it, but for it because it'll help the merchandise, and maybe you get another anime movie or an animated series for the manga.
Oh wait! I know this is off topic, guys. Oh wait, one thing. I know this is off topic, but what do you guys thought about the new Kingdom Hearts 2 trailers that came out?
Oh God, amazing!
Awesome.
Oh, everybody said
God, like
Utada Hikaru's new song. Everybody's saying it sounds more like an ending than an actual opening. Like, they're finally closing the Xavier story.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
One more thing I want to say is somebody, if you notice, Kingdom Hearts 2 came out like what, 2004, 2005? If you came from here all the way to now, there's 13 Secrets of Dark, right? And it's been almost 13 years since Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. And people said, "Oh wait, was Numa waiting 13 years just to give us Kingdom Hearts 3? To go into that whole panel of 13 Seekers, 13 Darkness, and 7 Hearts of Light."
That's my best guess.
I have never played Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know much way you talk. I've seen a little bit of it. I know that Kingdom Hearts is supposed to be original characters teaming
A
up with
cult
characters
classic.
from the Disney from Disney from the world of Disney.
Yep, and
Yeah,
Disney.
just let us talk about this, and we'll talk about something else. But it's just like, I'll just say this: my whole like question mark is Riku's Keyblade's broken. And
that's my wonder.
I'm like,
how did that happen?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, what happened? And that's one more also thing. Did they meet Aqua? Because in the fucking
the realm of the door to darkness, yeah, she's still there.
Yeah, she's still trapped there.
She's still there, and I'm like, because in that that new Kingdom Hearts game that was in 8.
Yep.
Yeah, that was basically kind of like your taste of what's going to feel like Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a good business move. If you ask me,
yeah, story perspective,
the story was great. It's just I was like, wait a minute, okay, what we're gonna do, and now we're gonna find Aqua. It's like, where is she? Where is she? And that's the whole thing. I'm just like wondering, because is she dead? Is she alive? And that's the big question.
Alive. No, she's alive. Bird by sleep. Yeah,
I
know that, but it's like that's my question in Kingdom Hearts 3, because we don't know where it's going. But we'll see how things go with Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's just I really would like to see how it all ends, and it's just the hype is unreal for this game. This game,
that freaking release date. That's what I want.
That's what I want. I have one question. When's the release date? I want to know.
It's coming out. It's like I guess same thing with Darksiders 3. Another game like I've been like waiting, just waiting.
I said they're Bayonetta 3.
Well, that and Red Dead Redemption 2 got pushed back again.
Damn it.
What? Why? Why is that?
When the thing is, Rockstar loves to perfect their game. So if it gets pushed back, that means that they know that, because they have some extreme game tests. Like they have people who test that game months to a year in advance.
They want to make
look at all the bugs and glitches.
They do.
So chances are they found
there's one game I have heard that they get a little bit of criticism, but I've heard it's a good game. I own it. I have never had a chance to play it. The third Max Payne game.
Who? Payne and Game?
Max Payne.
Max
Payne. Yeah, it came out after the Mark Wahlberg film came out. The Mark Wahlberg Max Payne film, which, from what I've heard, is not as good as the game. The game is a lot better, and I've heard the film was crap.
Movie was garbage. I watched some of it.
From look at the gameplay footage, it looks really good. And what turned people off from the game was seeing Max Payne and a wallet and a mustache. It's like that first image turned longtime fans off, and they want nothing to do with the game. And even though the film, Rockstar has never bothered to do a sequel to it.
Wait, what do you mean we can try to do a sequel?
We'll see.
Do a follow up to the third. The only game I can think of a sequel to
movie.
Is not the movie, the video game. The only game I've heard they've actually released, what they've done an official sequel to it, is The Godfather.
Yep, Godfather 2, and that's it.
One game I really want them to do a sequel, and this is just me, and I love this game a lot, and this is like, it came out last year, and that is Assassin's Creed Origins. I will admit,
dude,
that game was a breath of fresh air. The storyline was great. The characters, it was an awesome fucking game, and I'm just like, I want to see a sequel to this. I want to see a trilogy of Egypt and go forward. Granted, the rumors and certain plot concept arts got leaked out that they're going to do Japan.
Okay, we'll find a few Japan bodies.
Japan. I've heard about this one for this idea for a while because it's one particular era that people have really wanted the Assassin's Creed games to go to.
I've heard it for years.
Hell, here's one of them already here. I'm going to give you right here. Here's almost leaking down to the comment box. But I'm like,
there is one that takes place in an Asian country in the past. I think it's in China.
Yeah, China. But it's like, it's just a side scroller.
Yeah, it's on Android.
That's one of the concept arts that got leaked out, and I'm like, dude, if this is what we're getting, if this is what we really gonna get, because there's like, Sucker Punch's Japan game is doing it, and they're like, okay, which I really just fucking want Infamous fucking whatever. Because I really love Infamous Second Son.
Second Son? Yeah, Second Son.
I love that game. I got my friend got me it.
Wow, this concept art looks so good. It looks like something from you ever seen those old classic Japanese paintings?
Yeah, concept water painting. That's pretty cool.
This concept art is very heavily inspired by that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm like, if we're gonna do this, I really hope we get it all right and have a good protagonist. I really want to see a good storyline out of this. But if we don't do that, I would like to do more Egypt-centric to do a trilogy on, because I feel like we could do more on Egypt. Granted, if they don't, then they just say that's it.
The only past character that is actually on follow-ups to him is Enzo.
That's I totally for Enzo. And also
Yeah.
Even though I never play Assassin's Creed 2, but the only reason I would play it is to have the character meet Leonardo da Vinci.
That was awesome. I love that moment in those games. Like, Leonardo da Vinci is your cue for James Bond. It's awesome.
Yeah. In the case of the third game, one of the things I loved about was meeting the real life American the founding fathers, meeting Ben Franklin, the Adams cousin. I think you met Sam Adams, George Washington.
Yep.
Let's see, what was his name? I think his name was Charles Lee. They made him into a villain in the game, even though in real life he is nothing like the way he is in the game. And all why I read about him, the guy was a coward. The guy wasn't like a bloodthirsty murderer like the game made him out to be. He was the only person in the game, the only one of the villains who actually is a real life person.
Yeah, the Paul O'Neill, who's like, "Boys are coming." Yep.
And there was one battle from the start of the game when you get a chance to play the father of the main character of the first guy you play. The guy who you kill, he actually did die at that very battle. I looked it up because you actually do get a chance to see a young George Washington, and that was a real battle, and he did die. But I don't think he was killed by this guy. I think he was killed by some Indian.
He probably killed by someone else because remember, Assassin's Creed did take some of history, but then it spin into their own story.
You're not killing George Washington. At least you, from a DLC I saw, you do get a chance to try to kill him twice. But the only reason why he actually acts the way he is because he has the apple.
Yeah, non-canon anyway. It's all dream. So it's all BS. That DLC was non-canon anyway. I particularly
that DLC is really interesting. That DLC set up Assassin's Creed 4.
Huh? How did that game set up Assassin's Creed 4? That story is not canon.
It referenced the main character of the game, voiced by Matt Ryan, the guy who plays Constantine.
So anything when they reference, that's canon. Yeah, that's canon.
But that DLC is non-canon.
Assassin's Creed 4
is canon. DLC is canon. That's a good extension.
The King Washington thing, that is a dream. That's like an alternate reality. But it did reference some stuff for Assassin's Creed 4, which functions as a sequel and prequel to the previous game because you're playing as Edward Kenway, who is the father of the. Yeah, he's the grandfather. He's Connor's father. He's his grandfather, and it's a sequel because what happened at the events of the third game because Desmond died at the end of the third game, and he was. Well, I kind of agree with the criticism. The guy was annoying.
I like Kenway. No, not Kenway. I like Biddicky at the Platinum 4.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
and
got some more Kingdom
one
Hearts
thing
news.
I would have loved to see bring his character back for further sequels, even though they did bring back the two people who were the two tech people. But Desmond's father, which I listened to his voice, I'm like, is that John Delancey? And it sounds like him. Heck, his father is the way he's depicted in the game is very much his likeness is very heavily inspired by John Delancey.
Well, good news, Archie. Desmond father did come back in Origins. How? I won't get spoilers, but just say it's very interesting.
What? Who?
I don't remember the name of Desmond's father.
Well,
I don't remember
Desmond
his name.
Came back?
No, not Deadman. I wish. Deadman's father came back.
Who fucking cares, really? He what's that word? He was in that one comic of one Assassin's Creed comic where Connor had kids and all that stuff, and it's like, I mean, I don't really care. I don't really care, really. He's a character that's irrelevancy. Personally, it's like I would like to see like just something new in the table with Assassin's Creed, but just like I want to see something that takes you into worth exciting. Yeah. And plus, if there's any Assassin's Creed games that I want remastered, it's definitely 3. I want on mine that 3. Number 3 to be.
Well, we got Rogue.
We got Rogue, but it's like, dude, can we get 3?
Okay, I found out the name of Desmond's father. His name is William, and John Delancey did voice him. He voiced him in 2 games, Assassin's Creed 3 and Revolutions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3, they said, apparently, some Tetsuya Nomura said, basically, they have 100 people working on it, and they're split up between early, middle, and late game stages. And he said, note that we probably will have more than probably 9 worlds.
Okay, I can buy that.
And he says the early worlds are about 90% complete. The middle worlds are being about 60% complete. And Square Enix didn't share about the late to end parts, but Tetsuya Nomura said it's something he was always wanted to put into Kingdom Hearts, which a lot of people said that he's believe he's going to put NPCs in there. Finally, we have.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it won't look barren because the PlayStation 2 can only put so much stuff in there.
Yeah, it can put nothing human in the actual backgrounds, which that's fine.
Yeah,
now get back to that, it makes sense.
That's what he said. He always wanted to put NPCs there because it always felt barren. Plus, everybody's still thinking what else we're gonna get because it's nice to see that we're finally getting Pixar worlds.
You're not getting Toy Story, you're not getting Monsters Inc.
I'm hoping we get Incredibles. I want Incredibles.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I want just to see my friends, just because my friend Alpha Keyblade, he's a humongous Kingdom Hearts fan. I just want to see him just lose his fucking nuts.
Oh yeah, I saw that they found a way to put Rapunzel in the game. She can actually fight with her freaking hair. That's something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's something cool. Plus, they gave our party. We don't have to do the whole 3 party member system. We actually get to have 4 people in the party, the characters of that world, plus Donald and Goofy. The only thing is they took away Trinity, the limits, and instead we're getting Keyblade customizable battle systems.
Which I'm pretty fine with it. I'm trying to awesome. I do understand why they changed the battle system because sometimes you change something over something and make it new.
Well, I'll see you guys later. I gotta go. All right.
I see, man.
Okay. Anyway, now we can get back to the comic book news you guys want to.
Anyways, on to Biddicky DC for a second. What type of Biddicky is this Superman?
Then go.
All right. Biddicky Superman John at the accelerator Krypton ready to go destruction with they do, and they have to go to this planet with to go somewhere faith. They go to space with. Here's the thing, John is don't like a little believer. It's so adorable. I'm gonna be happy.
Yeah, and I'm also glad for Raven's miniseries.
It's not the first time Superman has gone to space. Without a spaceship, he did a lot in the Silver Age, so this is nothing new.
But with no believer.
Batman, they wrapped up this in Batman. They wrapped up the Super Friends story where the engagement's still on, and in case you're wondering, no, Batman and Wonder Woman did not make out.
Thank God for that. Dude. That
a lot of people were getting worried about what Tom King was doing with Wonder Woman and Batman. Ever since he proposed to Catwoman, and all of a sudden Talia came back, and now he's with Wonder Woman, and everybody was just getting nervous.
It didn't happen, but there was one book I definitely think we should talk about, and
is it the Milkman?
Because the fact that not just Superman, because the creators of this character passed away last year. The Swamp Thing Winter Special.
Oh yes, because Tom King is doing a special with Swamp Thing, and they said it's actually,
it just came out this week. I read it. It is amazing.
Yeah, they said it was a love letter to Lin Wayne.
Aww, that's sweet.
As a matter of fact, when we read the two stories in there, the first story ends. It says like tribute to Lin Wayne and Bernie Wrightstein. And they do have in the story, they do have as a backup, Lin Wayne's last Swamp Thing story he ever did. And according to I read, this is supposed to be the start of a new Swamp Thing miniseries, but he passed away halfway through writing the script for this thing. So all we have is Kelly Jones' awesome artwork as Swamp Thing. It is a really amazing. And it's the third time. Yeah, Lin Wayne, he actually passed away.
No. I know he passed away. I mean, in the comic, like he did with Alan Moore, like, Alan Moore's character in the Batman series actually died, and Swamp Thing avenged him.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the only reason why Tom King was chosen to do this because he has his Swamp Thing guest star in an issue of Batman just a year prior, and it definitely did feel like a story that could have been written by Lin Wayne himself.
Yeah, it was a weird little story. It was awesome.
And
but I'm also focused on Scott Snyder.
The backup story that Lin Wayne did. This was the third time that him and Kelly Jones did the story together for Swamp Thing. First, it was the Convergence Swamp Thing miniseries. I think you own the trade that owns that miniseries, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then there was the second miniseries, the Sixth Volume, which was 6 issues, and that miniseries brought back Abigail Arcane's first husband, Matt Cable. He came back, briefly became Swamp Thing again. It was a great miniseries. I told Bernie Wrightstein about he did not know about that miniseries at all when I briefly met him before he passed away, and I told him I love his artwork, and he really appreciated it. And I even told him I really enjoyed his miniseries did with the awesome Jim Starlin, Batman the Cult.
Oh, okay. Oh, so apparently, this week, Jeff Johns' Teen Titans Book 2 is coming out. And the Challenges of the Unknown by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale.
Wait. Did it actually, if my memory serves, did it actually before we read? Did it before New 52? Did it actually?
Yeah.
Page one.
They just released older book. They just released an older book.
There was one book that came out this week. I'm like, why didn't this book come out last month? And Bane Conquest number 9 came out this week.
I forgot Bane Conquest was even a thing.
Yeah, the last book came out in December. I'm not sure what happened. It was probably Graham Nolan or something like that, because last month it skipped a month, and then now we have issue 9 come out where Bane teams up with Bronze Tiger and a few other people to take down Cobra.
They're hardly
DC's Cobra, not the terrorist organization that fights G.I. Joe.
Oh yeah, the other Cobra.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
In Bound Beyond.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There was a few people he had in the book. I mean, it's been a few days since I've read it, but it was a pretty amazing issue. But I don't really know why in the world that Chuck Dixon made of all villains to have for people to have Bane fight against. He fights against Cobra, which I'm like, it's an interesting idea, but I don't know why. Saying he could do.
Okay. Yeah. Also, you guys have been since I mostly read trades now. I have been slowly keeping up with some of the newer stuff coming out with Sam Humphrey. I haven't kept up with Sam Humphrey's Nightwing. How's that been?
I like it.
I think they're almost done with the Untouchable arc because, well, they had it where the guy who's the villain, the judge, team up with these group of people call themselves, get this, the League of Limousine Assassins.
Yes, I saw that. The League of Limousine Assassins. I'm like, what?
It's like, what the heck is Sam Humphrey's thinking? It's like I think he's so used to doing cosmic stuff, he's never done anything like something like Nightwing before.
Oh no, he has done things like that. He came out with a comic book named Jonesy, and that was a team book.
Yep. Oh, I agree. X-Men Red came out this week as well, and guess who came back? Yes.
Wait, which one?
X-Men Red.
Oh, you mean besides the fact that Jean Grey is back and now they got Nightcrawler?
Yeah, you won't believe who else came back for the first time in 10 years.
Wait. No, stop. Let me take a couple of guesses. Wolfsbane, Polaris, Havoc still exists.
Yeah,
Give me a small hint.
She's a character created by Grant Morrison.
The Chocobos or Megasonic Warhead?
Megasonic Warhead? I wish. Nope, not them.
Charles Xavier's twin sister.
Oh, wait, she wasn't technically his sister. She was I thought she was a parasite.
Yeah, but she's technically his twin sister. And she's ugly.
Yep. And she got the
X-Men at one point? I could remember she led the X-Men at one point.
No, she never did. That was the last appearance. She briefly fought her brother during Mike Carey's run for X-Men Legacy. Showed up for one issue. They did have a version of her show up in Kenny X-Force, but that was an alternate version. But this is the first time that she's shown up the 616 version in 10 years.
She basically decided to had to explode.
Wait, what about Kid Omega? I don't remember him showing up in a long time either until he came back in the Phoenix.
Oh, you mean Quentin? Quentin is in Generation X.
Well, actually,
didn't that book get canceled?
Yes, it did. And I get the reason why people weren't buying this book because the artwork was bad.
Or what about those 5 lights that disappeared and the only one who left was Oya, who's the only person who's actually stayed in Wolverine and the X-Men?
Yeah, I'm not sure. The last I saw her, she was in all new X-Men by Dennis Hopeless. After the book ended, was relaunched X-Men Blue. She has disappeared. They did have the character Genesis, who was a clone of Apocalypse. They did have him show up recently in X-Men Gold.
I hate X-Men Blue.
But here's the weird
thing.
What
about the students? They still got Rockslide or what was the other one?
No, they're still occasionally around, but they do nothing. It's like people at Marvel don't know what to do with the students at all. I mean, some of these characters are official X-Men, like Pixie, Armor, and there's even Shark Girl, who's the creation of Jason Aaron. Does anybody at the X books? Does anybody at Marvel do anything with these characters? Nope. Excuse me. The closest thing we actually get to anybody do anything with the younger X-Men characters was the Generation X comic book.
You forgot about the old X-Men characters. They're still alive and kicking.
No, we don't count them because they're not part of 616.
Actually,
yeah, but I'm talking about
the timeline.
The younger X-Men characters, the students at the school. I mean, ever since Wolverine and the X-Men ended, it seems like nobody wants to do a book focusing on the students at the Xavier School for Higher Learning. It's
why?
Like nobody wants to do anything with it. I don't know why. I mean, there's plenty of good characters. Heck,
the Avengers Academy. They don't know what to do with them either. After they left the Academy, then you get the Young Adventures, and that was terrible.
But just do something. I mean, I don't mind Generation X. Heck, I would love it if New Mutants came back as an ongoing comic because that was amazing. The last one I came out with.
Personally, I'm moderating. I'll be to the period.
How about just get Peter David to come back and do it? Do it back.
Well, as an ongoing series, there is a New Mutants comic coming out this year, but it's a miniseries.
Except the movie got delayed to 2019. So that book may not come back. May come out.
Yeah, but there is a comic, but it's a 6-issue miniseries. One of several they've launched. I mean, you got Rogue, you got Gambit and Rogue, you got Legion, you got New Mutants, you got like several of these miniseries, and interesting because it gives Gambit something to do outside of the X-Men Gold.
And Nick, what's your thoughts on the House of Secrets?
God forbid Marvel give him a comic again that actually is good.
Hey, Nick, what's your thoughts on the House of Secrets, the Bronze Age Omnibus from writers Jake Oleg and Jerry Conway?
Conway?
House of Secrets. I know about it. It's a horror comic. Well,
yeah.
Most of the time it's been a horror comic, but at one point, no, actually, its sister comic, House of Mystery, at one point was a comic for superheroes because they had featured from Martian Hunter and
I'm
trying to think what was the name of the oh yeah, Dial H for Hero.
Wasn't Dial H for Hero but a miniseries that got a New 52 reboot and it was horrible? Oh wait, I did get
that was just known as Dial H. This is Dial H for Hero, the original comic book. New Mutants miniseries called Dead Souls.
I read Dial H for Hero. It was weird. I didn't understand what the hell was going on in that book.
Yeah. You know what's weirder?
Legion. Yeah, but of these 3 miniseries, Rogue and Gambit, I think the reason why they launched to give these 2 a miniseries because 1, people love these 2 as a couple, despite the fact they haven't really been with each other in years. And 2, they got good chemistry, despite the fact that Rogue had a relationship with Magneto for some strange reason, and Gambit had an affair with Frenzy.
Also, yes, finally, Cave Carson is coming out this month. Volume 2 is coming out.
Oh, yeah. Time.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about the some of the young animal books, I mean, almost all of them I can say are definitely coming on time, but Doom Patrol is not. I'm not sure when the second volume is going to come out for that. I mean, is the book? I don't think it's going to be relaunched after Milk Wars, is it?
No.
What is Milk Wars?
My Chemical Romance. He's still writing it.
Gerald Way.
Yeah, Gerald Way from Bad Chemical Romance. Yeah, but like I said, he's part of a band that still goes on, and they're pretty famous, and they had actually do tours and stuff. So it's whenever he finds the time to actually write the book.
Yeah, I would think he would write it when he's not on stage, performing.
Yeah, but then you also
I've never met the guy at all. I would love to meet him, and getting to sign my Mother Panic book because he did help create the character Mother Panic. And speaking of Mother Panic, the Mother Panic Batman one shot came out this week.
Oh yeah, I read that one.
Well, now he's off of Cave Carson. Yeah, well, now it's weird because he's off of Cave Carson.
Why is he off that book for? I noticed that he was doing like half the line. He was doing Cave Carson, Doom Patrol, and Shave the Changing Girl. Though I think he did hand that book off to another writer.
Issue of each young animal, then he started doing Doom Patrol and Cave Carson. After Milk Wars, it's just going to be Doom Patrol because someone else is doing Cave Carson.
By the way,
the only book he never wrote out of all the young animal books is Mother Panic. That's the only one he does not write.
By the way, I read that one shot, the Batman Milk Panic. That was weird. Like, what the hell was I reading? It was awesome.
And as of right now, Mother Panic is one of 2 comics Jody Hostler is writing. The other course is Renew Your Vows. Oh, look, Superman.
And look who gets us 1,000 celebration. Vacuum Trunks.
About damn time. I've been saying for years, someone need a trunk back. I'm super already. Oh my Marvel, jeez, my garbage.
Right, here's the name of all the people who are writing, each of their stories, plus the artist. And plus,
John Cassidy, Paul Dini. Oh, yeah, I just talked about this guy. Luis Garcia Lopez. I just talked about him.
Yeah, and also, let's see, Marv Wolfman, Scott Snyder.
Ooh.
Okay. He's under writer. Never mind. I forgot. They got writer and artist at the same in the same thing.
Yeah, Louise Simonson, I'm not surprised. Jerry Ordway, not surprised about that.
Bendis,
Brad Meltzer, I'm a little surprised about that because the guy's never written a Superman comic I can think of.
Oh yeah.
Well, Brad Meltzer wrote the Justice League of America, so that counts.
Yep. Wait.
Yeah. Scott Snyder has written one Superman comic. He wrote Superman.
Oh.
No, it was 2004.
Tom King?
Yeah.
Tom King,
he
said it on Twitter that he has a short story. He's doing a short story.
Yeah.
The only time I can think of Tom King has ever written Superman is when he popped up for the second day for Grayson. Because he never written a Superman comic that I can think of, but that's the only time I can think of he's written Superman.
Wait.
Hang on.
Yeah, but the Grayson comic book. Yeah. Tomasi, I'm not surprised. Wolfman, I'm not surprised about that. Kurt Swan.
Albert Coppel. I don't
think this is the same Kurt Swan because I thought Kurt Swan passed away.
Wait, who?
Or is that Curtis Swan?
Wait, who?
Maybe it's unused artwork. I'm seeing Kurt Swan. I'm like, I know he's a legendary Superman artist. He's drawn Superman for years, but I thought he passed away.
Oh.
Clayman. Let's see. Jerry Ordway, Tim Sale. What does Tim Sale does again? I forgot. What did he write?
He wrote for Superman. He wrote Superman of all seasons.
What about Butch Juice?
Never heard of him.
I have no idea. Gleason, obviously Superman.
Oh, let's see. You can get the decade-spanning open-to-order variant covers by Steve Rude from the 1930s, Michael Cho for the 1940s, Dave Gibson, 1950s, Michael Allard for the 1960s, Jim Stryko, 70s, Joshua Middleton, 80s, Dan Jurgens, 90s, and Lee Bermejo for the 2000s.
For Dan Jurgens doing 90s one, I'm not surprised about that because he was a definitive writer and artist for the Superman title throughout almost the entirety of the 90s.
Yep.
So that's
plus he killed him off in the 90s. No man who killed him off, brought him back.
And after he brought him back, after way New Superman was garbage. I hate to say it. Sorry, people.
But Jim Lee, he has done Superman before aside from Justice League. He did the storyline. You ever read the storyline, Sylvia? It's called For Tomorrow.
I'll be right back, guys. Let me give something to drink, and then we can go on to this catalog.
Okay.
Okay. It's a story that Jim Lee did with Brian Azzarello. It's this kind of like alternate future storyline. It lasted for about a couple years.
Oh.
Never heard of it.
One of those stories.
Yeah, it's an odd story. It was in the Superman title.
So maybe a what if story or an Elseworld story?
Yeah, it's kind of like Superman. He ended up in Ultra Reality for some reason, and Zod was there. Though the main General Zod, it was a Zod for some reason. Because and there was this policy the DC had for a good 20 years, where aside from Superman, there were no other Kryptonians.
Which makes
sense. And then for some reason, they lost it when they brought back Kara Zor-El, the original Supergirl. And then, like 1 year later, we have General Zod coming back, the real one, done by, I think it was, I'm trying to think of his name. Oh yeah, Richard Donner brought him back.
The director of Superman who directed the first movie.
Yeah, he directed like half of the second one because he was kicked off the film.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Richard Donner is the guy. Whenever he writes Superman, whenever he wrote the Superman comic in 2000s, from the issues I've read, they were good.
They were awesome.
Because I can tell he's a fan of the character because he directed the first two films, although he directed half of the second one, because Richard Lester stole the film from him.
Richard Donner.
No, yeah, Richard Donner, but Richard Lester stole Superman 2 from him.
Yeah, that made me mad.
And I think he also directed Superman 3.
Just garbage. 3 and 4 were just bad. I mean, really bad.
Yeah, 4 is the worst one because of the low budget. I heard they switched studios for that one. The studio that did Superman 4 was Canon Films.
Yeah, they had no budget. Right.
Yeah, it was because they're known for low budget schlock. That's basically their style.
Yeah, no,
Though
cheap as
they did not have. I don't know if you heard about this, Tivia. Apparently, they have a reputation of including nudity in their movies, but luckily enough, Superman. Thank God for that. He did not have nudity in the movie at all because that would have been bizarre to see in a Superman film.
What's that about? We don't need another Manhattan. What you mean by the Darkman? No, it's naked.
Yeah. But of these creators, all of them I've heard, and they've actually done some Superman work. But this one person that he has up here, if I can get it here, it is let's see, Clay Mann. Well, obviously Trinity.
Yep.
Louise Simonson, because she did. Yeah, Louise Simonson did Man of Steel, the Superman of Steel title. She also did the Steel title, which is amazing. Paul Dini. That's easy because he worked on the Superman animated series. I don't think he wrote the Superman comic book, but he did the Superman animated series in the 90s. So praise him for doing that. Oliver Capoli, I think he's been one of the recent artists on the book. I'm not really sure about that one. What do you think, Tivia?
Oh, crap. I actually your mind's gonna go to one shot, and the one shot is actually pretty good.
Bendis, well,
I
started with this one. That's not surprising.
Yeah,
but
I read the funny side.
I would say, yeah.
And that's story.
All these artists are great choices on the part of DC to pick to do this book. These are all great choices.
Okay,
Indeed.
I'm back. Sorry that took so long.
Okay.
Wow, wait, did Mark Wolfman write some for Superman as well?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He did Adventures of Superman. He was the first writer for that after Crisis.
He did that for one shot because let's face it, doesn't have a book anymore. Even they aren't changing that book. That book, look, I can sense it that I die.
And
Sarah did not get own book.
Let's see. In Damage.
Is that it's Ivy. He's beating Ivy. Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Damage. Well, basically, yeah, you gotta have a Hulk. And since Marvel's not doing anything with the Hulk, DC might as well. And plus, it's Robert Venditti.
Marvel's Hulk is just with I'm in a chair. It's so boring. Why won't he just go away?
Actually, that's the thing. I just realized that. I realized Arminator's show does not act like some kind of dude or bro. He doesn't act totally awesome. I remember in a Hercules series, he was always a cool, calm, level-headed, intelligent person.
I'm gonna show Hogan. It's so stupid at this point. I don't do that anymore. I got that book right.
Anyway, Poison Ivy attacks a group of field workers, forcing Ethan to choose between transforming into Damage and saving them or protecting his own sanity. And Will Kono Jonas and her squad capture him before he discovers the truth about what he really is. Coming out of metal.
One thing I noticed about the outfit Ivy's wearing, I think that's a pre-Flashpoint attire.
Which makes sense. In DC going back to pre-Flashpoint. All New 52 strike when it was
why is this all coming out before metal is even done?
I think metal got delayed. Remember?
I think because the series is being delayed probably because of Greg Capullo.
What sense.
Book is that one? I can't see it.
Yeah, and let's see. Now by Dan
Sideways.
Pretty fast for Derek James, and unfortunately, things are about to get even faster as he is forced to fight a super speedster hell bent on his destruction, all wearing no pants, can't sideways move through space and time. He can move through space and time. I thought he would just move through space.
Okay, the Spider-Man book.
To a new villain born out of the recent Speed Force. Oh wait, Speed Storm. Okay, so this is going back to Joshua Williams' Speed Force. Flash Storm.
Flash.
But
wait, that means that there's actually consequences in the DC universe for the Flash outside of the
possibly.
Well, okay, I know about the girl from the All New Superman. I know she was one of the people who got hit by the Speed Force storm, became the Flash. She's one of the people who kind of kept her powers, but not really. It's like she's really, really weak at it. She's not tied to it anymore.
To be fair, I do. That book is awesome. I love that story, and that series in my opinion is one of the best new characters. DC came out to be. Not nature.
I love Kenneth Rockfort's artwork. I love Kenneth Rockfort artwork. That is some beautiful stuff.
Sideways looks like a Spider-Man parody.
Oh, let's see. We got Silencer, and she's taking on old school Deathstroke costume. What's with all the old school get-ups?
I'm guessing this.
I don't know, but I know that artwork. That's John Romita Jr. I can tell, but you look at the credit for the artwork.
I don't know. That's because
anybody can tell by looking at that. That's John Romita Jr.
God damn it! John Romita was not that great.
And John Romita Jr. helped co-create her.
Yep. But to be fair, even though the arc is not that great, the story is where everything I'm good. Because all Marvel crew is new characters are so boring point and just
actually
stupid.
I don't know why Deathstroke needs his old. I hope that's just a variant cover because that old attire does not work for their new modern day upkeep.
Well, here's the thing, Jeremy. He did in the comic for a brief period of time. He did go back to wearing that costume for a few issues in the Deathstroke comic.
I got because I'm waiting for issue volume 4, which comes out in March.
Speaking of Deathstroke,
I heard it come out in April.
Okay, I guess it was April.
Speaking of the annual came out, and oh boy, guess who came back? Yes, just guess.
The Ravengers?
Nope. Thank God, not them. Nope.
They just disappeared. Like they just disappeared, and they're never being referenced again.
No idea that man. Those characters washed on without those characters wash on the pop characters. Anyway, Power Girl came back. The real Power Girl.
Actually, she came back in Harley Quinn Volume 3.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
Yeah, because Harley Quinn is set in its own continuity, and in the Deathstroke book currently, it's said that in the book that in the most recent issue that Adeline Slade's ex-wife shut down the Defiance program.
Yep, actually, Defiance is no more.
Amanda Caller and Jim Palmiotti said on Twitter that Harley Quinn takes place like a couple of years after she left the Suicide Squad. It's in somewhere
that's impossible because the Suicide Squad is still going with her in it.
But her book takes place after she left. Apparently she's gonna eventually leave the Suicide Squad. They're gonna let her leave. Her time will be served.
Really?
Who knows when that will be?
I highly doubt that.
Well, that's what they said, but then again, they're leaving the book, so that's all up in the air now.
Yeah. Then Harley Quinn, I don't read. It gets confusing.
Because Frank Terry, I'm going to see him at Meg Conner. I'm going to ask him about that. Like, why did they? I'm going to ask Amanda Conner herself. Like, why did they decide to leave the book? I'm going to ask her that when I get to Meg Conner Orlando in May.
Okay. Let's see. Payback Time Part 1. Silence is targeted by every man. Yeah, Hitman, Man, a Mobster, and Weapon Depop Dropout. That is a Levine organization has ever to offer. Okay, so we're going back to Talia al Ghul again.
Talia in the first issue says she had no control of Viper anymore.
Yeah, in Metal, she brought up Silencer.
Yep.
Let's see, now it's time to honor the guests and take the fight back to them. Too bad Deathstroke has other plans. Silencer squares off against Slade Wilson, as we kick off the brand new epic, and this duo devastating pass running will leave you speechless. I hope so.
One thing I noticed though about Deathstroke being drawn by John Romita Jr., I got to admit, Romita Jr. does a fantastic job drawing the classic George Perez costume.
He can't draw Superman for damn sure.
For some reason, when I look at these costumes, I can't stop thinking about Kick-Ass.
Yep. Again, you
gotta admit, he actually draws the costume really well.
Yay!
Oh, the Terrifics, and we're going. Oh, when is I guess Plastic Man is coming out in the final issue in March.
Yay. Speaking of it, Mike Man came back in issue 5.
Yeah,
I'm
saw
so
that.
happy.
He's going to be on Superman's team in No Justice.
Finally, he's finally taking it out of it. Now we can get Cyborg and we can put Cyborg in Titans.
Actually, I'm glad that they're doing another weekly series and involving around the Justice League.
Yeah, that made me happy.
Let's see. Meet the Terrifics Part 3. When will this superhero team bound by a dark multiversal magic ever get any privacy? It certainly won't be today because while Mr. Terrific feverishly works to free himself from Metamorpho. Free himself from Metamorpho. Plastic Man and Phantom Girl, but mostly Plastic Man. The team also contend with Towering Rolling Death Inferno that was a war wheel? What the hell's going on? I know they went into the dark multiverse. I know they got sucked into the dark multiverse because this takes place after Metal.
I have no idea, but this sounds like that before, but done right. But
yeah, and they're in the dark multiverse, so how did they get sucked in there?
Well, the way the issue 5,000 metal. Oh boy, the evil Batman, they won. They basically took entire into the dark age.
Okay, let's see. DC Superhero Girls out of the bottom.
Next.
Wait, hang on. Is it? Okay, this is right. Hang on a second. Let me see. Let me just skim through the synopsis real quick. Because apparently this is a really popular book for children.
Honestly, I don't really watch the show, so I don't really care.
Then again, I would love to see Justice League. I gotta buy this season of Justice League Action on YouTube.
I actually heard that the reaction to the Superman Blue storyline.
I don't know what's going on with Superman Action. I don't know what's going on with Justice League Action.
It's like it got canceled.
It's on the Cartoon Network app, but it's not shown on the actual TV show because it's mostly just Gumball and Teen Titans Go.
That's a movie.
Plus, we got the movie that's coming out later this year.
Fuck. Don't remind me. I want the bluff on my brain. It's awful. Still never continued story.
Well, let's go back to Aquaman. And wait, wait, his bodyguard Thrag is choking him.
Why?
Maybe he finally got fed up with all Aquaman's lovey shit.
Maybe.
He's always been the one to say we should not be part of the Earth surface. Well, let's see. After King
Raptor sent Aquaman's former ally Merc.
Yes, this is his name, Merc.
To finish the job, or else be executed as a traitor. Meanwhile, what new power has terrifying cost that would change Atlantis forever. Plus, the event of Doctor Metal being again to take it back on the.
Okay, you know, I have volumes 3 and 4, and I have yet to read that. I have to hurry catch back up on this series.
Same.
It's very good.
I still need to catch up because the first one was awesome. It was Black Manta, and that was amazing. Granted, if I was short, but you know what? It's still a cool fight.
Yeah, I was also wondering in Dark Knight's Metal why Arthur all of a sudden has a beard.
Huh. I wonder about that.
In Volume 4, it shows why he has a beard, apparently. And then we got Mera, issue 3, and now she's working with Orm.
Ocean Master. Where has he been? We haven't seen him in former Atlantis.
Anyway, after a brutal clash between Mera and Ocean Master almost cost Mera her life, Tula suggests that the three of them work together to save Atlantis, and recruiting an army will require a united front. Can Mera and Orm be united by the common enemy, or will the hatred of each other be the underling? Let's see. Nicola Scott does the cover. Yeah. Great. Yeah. Dan Animate. He's been doing a great job. I've been hearing Batgirl is basically the DC's SJW title.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I think you're right. That's just sad.
They said somebody. I was looking at some reviews, and people said that she beat up some rednecks for no reason.
I personally dropped the Batgirl title a long time ago because Gil Simone.
I still read it because I'm a fan of Batgirl, and I'm a completionist as well.
After Gil Simone left, Hope Larson and was it Brandon Fletcher or somebody else helped her with this?
No, it was the same people who did Gotham Academy. Hope Larson took over with this volume of Batgirl.
Yeah,
who took over when they redesigned Barbara's outfit? Who was the creative team?
It was Brandon Fletcher, and I'm trying to remember. It was
Jody Hauser.
It was not Hope Larson. It was not Hope Larson. Hope Larson was just recently. It was the same people who created Gotham Academy.
Oh, you mean I think it was Jody Hauser, Brandon Fletcher, and Jody Hauser.
Let me look it up here.
Hang on a second. No, it's okay. I got the Gotham Academy right here in my room.
Because I know it was the same people who did that book, and of course, who also do the Black Canary book, which is amazing. When the book was coming, it was really good.
Oh wait, yeah, it's Becky Cullen. Yeah, Becky Cullen.
Yeah, Becky Cullen. Yeah, the same person who also did, who recently did Punisher.
which I heard was a meh series. I heard it was meh.
I actually liked what she did with Punisher, especially working with the late Steve Dillon, for working with him for 6.5 issues before they had to change halfway through issue 7.
I don't know. It was one of the books that also got canceled, and like I said, I haven't been reading much of Marvel.
As far as I've heard, it's not canceled. It's still being published. They did have Beck Cohen leave after writing I think it was after 14 issues, and now it's Munson is the writer right now for Punisher.
Okay, but anyway, I'm thinking about just getting Volume 1 of Batgirl. I'm gonna get Volume 1 of Batgirl and give it a try, see if I'll like it or not.
I have done a review of it. The first arc is okay. The second arc is a little bit better because you got a chance to meet the son of the Penguin.
But all I know is from what I've been hearing that girl is basically the queen of SJWs.
I see the queen of SJW.
Huh?
Hang on.
I kind of wish Batgirl was written like the way she is in Batgirl and Birds of Prey.
Boy, Birds of Prey is good.
Wait, doesn't Hope Larson also write that one?
I forget. I don't.
No, it's two sisters writing the book, and these two, the show at 100.
Oh yeah, I heard that show. That show is like basically a Hunger or some other Battle Royale ripoff.
Oh yeah,
I've heard also that the two main characters of that show are a couple of characters are lesbians.
Whatever. I really don't watch that show, so I have no way to it.
I didn't. My little brother watched that, and I didn't.
Okay, I'm looking up who does Batgirl and Birds of Prey. I know it's two women doing it.
Yeah, the Benson sisters.
Yeah, the Bensons. And that book is amazing.
Yes, I know. I got Volume 2. And let's see. I need her to finish Gotham Academy, and then I need to get started on Aquaman 3, Volume 3 and 4.
And then you come out.
Yes, Mystic U only has one more issue.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, Jeremy, but that series, it comes out every couple months.
Well, that's because it was delayed so far that nobody actually, I don't think people even remembered it was going to come out.
It delayed DCU.
There was one other series that recently they did do that for, and it was off. Let me look it up here. It was Man. It was I'm trying to find it here. It's on here, Wikipedia. It is, if I can find it here, it is Dead Man and the Mansion of Forbidden Love.
Yeah, I saw that. Something was going on with Dead Man and some woman, and I didn't.
That was
look
Dead Man
into.
and
I didn't
Mansion of Forbidden
too
Love.
much into it. Let's see, Batgirl. Yeah, here it is. Julie Benson and Shauna Benson.
Yeah, I think so. The book itself was okay. Yeah, okay. The book itself was all 3 issues were double sized.
Oh, okay. Also, what's up with Terry and Rachel Dodson? Why can they never do interior work? They do.
I have no idea.
They do.
It's so bizarre though. They're always good at doing artwork, and I don't know.
This cover.
I know. Yeah, the cover is amazing. I don't know why they don't do the interior.
See, I'll pay for if they're the art team. I guarantee you, people will be buying that book just for the art alone.
Like, what was I think the last book I can think of they did the interiors for was X-Men Volume 4 when Brian Wood was writing the book. That's the last book I remember them doing the interior artwork for.
Let's see. Full Circle Part 3, The Calculator. The Calculator's finally back, and they're actually going to do something with them. I haven't seen the Calculator system.
Yeah.
What has the Calculator been?
Yeah, the Calculator.
Him in the New 52.
I can't think of him showing up there either, but he's always been a recurring villain for the Birds of Prey comic book, especially when Chuck Dixon was writing the book. He's always been a recurring villain for the Birds of Prey. He's basically he's kind of like the way that Chuck Dixon wrote him, and the way other writers wrote him. is that he's kind of like an evil version of Oracle.
Mm-mm.
And his kids are the Wonder Twins.
Yeah, his twins were they're from the that Super Pass cartoon show.
Yeah.
What was their names?
Yeah, in this universe, they retcon him to be his kids, and his the male of the Wonder Twins, he's dead. He got eaten by the dog, and the sister in the third Violet backer was Stephanie Brown, and she kind of became Stephanie's like behind the scenes woman.
Wait, is there gonna still is Riddler daughter still gonna be canon, or did they just write that out as well?
Whose daughter?
The Riddler's. When he had a daughter, she went by Enigma.
I have no idea. The only person I can think of that was like a daughter was Joker's daughter, but
no, he had a daughter.
Last I saw her was in Joker's daughter. Last I saw her, she was in Scott Lobdell's Red Hood / Arsenal series.
Oh no, I mean not that version of Joker's daughter, because that's just the New 52. The Earth 3 version has yet to be seen. I'm talking about Riddler actually had a daughter named Enigma. Her and the Joker's daughter were friends. They were even on the Teen Titans at one point.
I have no idea what happened to them, because the original version of Joker's daughter, she got killed at the start of Countdown by one, she was killed by one of the monitors.
Bob. She was killed by Monitor Bob, which is a stupid name.
Yeah, and the monitors are all complete buffoons.
Yes, because they're all talking about, should we do something? That's when Linkar coined the term, shall we do something? We should do something.
Yeah, and he also had the most dumbest things happen in the book, like Mary Marvel having a fan service panty shot, having Black Adam's powers twice. Let's see. The retard thing as a play on retard for Jason Todd.
Oh, and no, don't get the love triangle. They were trying to force a love triangle between Kyle and Jason with Donna Troy.
Yeah, that made no sense at all. And of course, the most funniest thing that happened with that was, I think it was Mary Marvel using Kyle Rayner as a baseball bat to whack around Jason Todd.
I thought that Karate Kid died. Triple Kick Girl got killed off by rats.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. And here's the thing about the creative teams of that book. One of the creative teams, one of the writers of that book was, they had Tony Bedard, they had Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray, and no, I don't think Greg Rucka wrote that book. It was like several writers, but you had like 52 artists in that book for some strange reason.
And here's another part. Dan DiDio took full control of that project, but he hated 52.
Yeah, 52 was an amazing comic book, but yet, here's also something really weird. Despite him being the editor of the book, he sucked at his job being the editor, because there was continuity errors all over the place, like having the question where this golden mask for one issue, and then another issue she actually looks at her proper appearance.
Like I said, Dan DiDio
is going like the puppets convinced me when I think it was the Trickster. Yeah, I think it was the Trickster. Yeah, it was second Trickster. He I know was one of the rogues that killed off in the book. I think it was second Trickster. It was one of the rogues.
Piper shot him in the head, and then unfortunately he was handcuffed to him the whole time.
Yeah, and it was also one issue ended like you have Wally West tugging on the handcuffs in one issue, and the next issue they're like, what the heck are you guys doing? Like,
and Jimmy Olsen had the power of the New Gods for no reason.
Yeah, and that went nowhere. But probably the best thing about that was he got a chance to beat the crap out of Darkseid.
Like I said, people hated Countdown. People hated the fact that Dan DiDio took that over. But then again, Dan DiDio didn't have much power back then as he does now.
Yeah, but his power he has right now, he's a co-publisher of DC, but he doesn't do much of anything at DC anymore. Despite being co-publisher.
52 was a major. New 52 was half and half. It was good for like the first year, then it kept going down, and it just kept going there because they kept doing bad story after story. Like What
The
was
only
it?
books I could think of he wrote under that whole 52 New 52 initiative, he wrote OMAC, pretty
New
decent
Gods.
comic. Yeah, he wrote
New Gods and
Infinity
Phantom
Man and
Stranger.
Four People. Yeah, he did that. He was the original writer for that. But Jane Amadeus basically was his co-writer, but he took over the rest of the book. And now he's doing Sliders. The deal is not a bad writer per se. It's just that sometimes his books don't sell too well. That's just the thing.
Now, the problem is that when he had power, he used it in some of the worst ways possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but back to this. Let's see. The Blackbird. It says broken the Blackbird and finance out of Arkham. Let's see. If you say out of Arkham, let's see. Putting Batgirl and the Huntress back, and while the other our heroes are out of the picture, Calculator holds Gotham City hostage in exchange for Oracle's identity. The team we have a risk of setting a trap for the Calculator, a dangerous move that could expose Barbara Gordon's deepest secrets. Okay, so what happened to the other? Okay, I need to read the volume 2 to understand what happened to that other Calculator, that little black dude.
He was going to pain medication, and he just left, and they had Barbara briefly take over the role of Oracle for like 2 issues, and then she's back being herself again. But currently, there is no Oracle in Batgirl and Birds of Prey.
Oh, Batman
45?
Batman 44 or 45. Let's see. This is
Awesome cover.
Something Blue and Travelers Part 1. Wait, let's see. Mike, Jaden, and Jelly Jones. And then we got Tony S. Daniels and Sandu Flora. Wait, that's how you pronounce names?
Yeah. Is Jelly Jones a woman?
Do not know.
Because the only Batman artist I can think of with last name Jones is Kelly Jones, and Kelly Jones is a guy.
Yeah.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Let's see. We're on. Let's see. Bird. Nothing really with Batgirl. Now we're talking about Batman.
Yeah, I saw you. I heard you guys talking about Countdown.
Oh, we're talking about some of the things Dan DiDio did, but we're on to Batman now, and we're talking about. They're still talking about planning his wedding.
Yay!
Yeah, both Batman and Catwoman on 2 parallel paths as their wedding planning kicks into high gear. Selena picks out her dress, and Bruce starts to take arrangements for the new life together. But this was, this being Gotham City and being Batman and Catwoman, you can bet that nothing will go as expected. And then we got Travelers. Oh, Booster Gold!
Yay!
Yeah, I heard about that. He was gonna pop up in Batman.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I think the
Superman.
biggest question when it comes to the Batman's wedding, who's Batman's best man gonna be?
Fine, Nightwing.
It could be Superman. After all, Batman was he was Superman's best man at Superman's wedding.
Yep. And probably you did have to help what you want to do a jump. Well, actually, no, that's fought by Batman. But then that got into Superman Reborn. And compared to this gone. I mean, Toad didn't actually. Who'd you get there with that Toad anyway? Toad is
Yeah, I think that as far as I can tell when it comes to Superman, I think that a lot of the post-crisis stuff up until Flashpoint, the way Dan Jurgens wrote it, it seems like all that is canon. Like the wedding album.
Connor Kent.
Yeah, okay, like I said, I had to go do something.
He might come back. They did reference him during Lonely Places of Dying, but I don't know what they're going to do with
Connor Kent in Superman tomorrow.
In that prison, but who knows? But
you also been calling tomorrow. That made me happy.
But in the case of Catwoman's Maid of Honor, there's only 2 people I can think of who would be good choices because Holly Robinson's out.
Ivy and Harley.
It could be Harley or it could be Ivy.
Well, I doubt neither one is going to actually come to their wedding.
Yeah, Ivy, no.
No, I did hear the motion of who is going to be upset about this wedding the most, and it's the Joker.
Yep, and the Joker may cry at the wedding. Damn it.
Right, why would he care?
Because
of the obsession with Batman.
Plus, he's insane.
Wait, Booster Gold went back.
And this will be the first time anybody has seen the Joker since I think the last time I saw him was actually during the events of the final issues of Scott Snyder's run for Batman for Bloom, the whole Bloom storyline. That was the last time I saw the Joker, but he was suffering from amnesia. I can tell it is him by looking at him because, well, for some reason, like Batman, apparently he lost all of his memory for some strange reason. Yeah, of how Batman lost his memory. I don't know how he got it back, his memories back, but how in the world did he suffer from amnesia? It's so bizarre.
It was so stupid. Colin Batman is such a garbage story.
Wait, Batman Sins of the Father is based off the Telltale game?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yes.
In that game, Thomas Wayne actually kind of a gangster, I think. He worked for Falcone.
Yeah, apparently he was friends. I watched a walkthrough of it. Apparently he was friends with Carmine Falcone for some reason.
Yep.
And
the game is really good. I recommend you play.
Interesting choice as the writer for that series. Awesome. Yeah, interesting choice for the writer, Christopher
Gage.
Yep. And that
first time I could think of, he's wrote a Batman book that I can think of.
That game is awesome. Like season 2 just got insane. Like, holy shit! I got season 1, but also at season 2, they upped the ante, and it's awesome. The Joker origin in this game is actually really interesting and fascinating.
TMNT. Oh God, I hate that. You guys saw the new reboot they're doing?
Yeah, I saw that. I'm not happy. I was going to be on it, but I didn't do it. Because
really?
Why did they turn April black? That's all I need to know. Why did they turn her black?
Made me mad. Because
I have no idea.
Why don't I always change? We don't need to change it. Stop saying all the look. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm not, but not every character why you always change.
Also, they took away Raphael's size and Michelangelo's nunchucks.
Why? What's the point? They did a whole idea. Who's doing this?
Nickelodeon. This is Nickelodeon. They're doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. They should not have ended the 2012 series. They should have basically
let that series going.
Let it continue, because I could have thought, though, by the way the series ended, you could have told more story with it. But no, we had to end the current season after only 20 episodes.
Wait, really good.
TMNT?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the previous show.
That's why I think it was amazing. I love that crossover. It was awesome.
I like the newer one, the Nickelodeon TMNT 2012.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. This one, I think anybody can agree, is that the creators of the show are in fact fans of the franchise.
Yep.
And plus, you can tell there's a lot of love and care. And people talk about the new April O'Neil, the black one, is more closely to the teenager, the Turtles, because she's a teenager. But the last April O'Neil was a teenager.
I thought we knew it also. I think we knew what half she and half vegan, which I didn't expect that. I didn't know that. But that's pretty cool.
Also, and I thought this was really interesting. The guy who voiced Donatello for the 2012 cartoon, he also voiced Raphael from the 87 cartoon.
Yeah, but that was funny. That crossover was awesome. That kind of made me laugh.
Yeah, too bad Uncle Phil is gone, so we'll never get to hear the old cartoon Shredder voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did have they had the current Shredder, they had the new Shredder, they had him voice the 87 one, and he did a great impersonation of the 87 Shredder.
He's actually pretty good.
Also, people love the early 2000s Turtles because that one was also dark as well.
That series was
dark. Yeah, that was actually closer to the original Mirage comics than the 87 was. What?
Oh, and no, also, people don't realize that the first
the three incarnations of the Turtles of one cartoons, those Turtles were huge. They were tall. They were way taller than Splinter.
Wait, the black and white ones? The black and white ones were basically the most violent version of the Turtles.
Yeah, the only one violent. Actually, fun fact: the Mortal Kombat made a cameo in the 2012 one.
Shredder by beheading him.
They killed him off in the first issue.
Yep. He's trying not to enter him very more. Think about it. He's more name value, and that's it.
Yeah, but in the case of this crossover with this one right here, I would say it's kind of canon to the Mirage continuity. In the case of the Turtles, for Batman, even I question, like, where the heck can you fit this in Batman's continuity?
You can't. Did one Elseworld story.
You actually can, because you got technically all the alternate universes have Barbara and all them in those new suits up. I don't know.
Where's Tim?
I don't know. Actually,
Also,
I was glad that
I don't know if you noticed this, Jeremy. You remember in the first series, he had a completely different costume we had at that point, where he looked like he had shoulder pads.
Wait, what's
His costume looked so bizarre in the first series.
Wait, what's
And in this
Snyder?
series, he's wearing his Remus costume. He's wearing his.
Scott Snyder was
his
still writing Batman when this came out. When the first one came out.
Yeah.
There's a new bit
But some people think that this costume Batman currently wears now, people think that the first time he wears it, it started Reba like everybody else is. No, he actually started wearing this in, I think it was Greg Capullo's last issue he did for Batman. Greg Capullo's one designed this costume, not David Finch. It was Greg Capullo. He's the one who designed this costume.
Yeah, it issue 50, I think, issue 51.
Yeah, it was issue 50.
Yeah, issue 50
costume
after
is great.
DCU ended. DCU was such a complete waste of time.
And I'm glad Tom King is on Batman. He's been doing so.
Tommy Batman is awesome.
It's my favorite volume yet.
Yeah, One Joker, holy shit out there was awesome. Like Cutman, hell yeah.
I hope when they do TMNT, Batman and TMNT, I hope they throw in Rage Al Ghul next time. Or maybe the Joker. Or the Riddler.
If I'm Marvel right now, I would basically say, like, fuck it. Let's do a dead out of TMNT call. Because Marvel, you're missing a gold mine here.
And the biggest thing is that a lot of people thought this was just going to be a shameless cash grab in for the show, but no. James Tyson IV actually knows how to write comics. That's the thing.
Take note, Marvel. You need better writers.
Batman Beyond. Let's see.
Yeah, but one thing you do is do it across with their company.
Yes. Finally, I
think that's Matt McGinnis is wearing the Robin costume because it's not Damian, it's probably Matt McGinnis.
Which I support.
Wait, is it Tim Drake? Wait, this is does Batman Beyond?
No. Tim Drake's gone. Tim Drake just bye. He's gone.
I mean, I was gonna say, doesn't Batman Beyond somehow ties into the Dark Super Sons?
No, not exactly. In Super Sons tomorrow is actually take place at the end. The Titan
in the John's one, but this is also set, a couple years after our timeline, like
after Future 10.
Yeah, but the thing with Super Sons and Tomorrow, that storyline is that the Tim Drake from that one is actually from the Jeff Johns story Titans of Tomorrow. Him and the versions of Superboy, Wonder Girl, and Kid Flash, they're from that universe. This is just a mixture of what happened after Futures and the Batman TV show.
It's set in the DC, is set in Earth Prime only a couple years after, and I guess they vaguely hinted at Futures End, but yeah, this is supposed to be set.
They reckon Futures End exists at this point.
From what I heard, it's supposed to be not 2 years; it's supposed to be 35 years in the future.
Yeah, 35 years.
I am so happy that stupid Tim Drake Batman Flash gone.
Like, should Tim Drake Batman technically exist in Batman Beyond's future?
I said that Tim Drake's gone. That Tim Drake features.
I have no idea.
Like, no one.
But I do know this, and I thought this was really interesting. The previous volume is that the city is Batwing himself, Luke Fox.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sad that David Zombie left, but hey, Luke Fox took over really, really perfectly.
Indeed.
Yeah, and I would have loved it if he ever met David Zaboy, but I guess that can't happen because, well, the comic got canceled like not long after, right after Luke Fox took over the book with issue 20, and the book got canceled like 14 issues later.
Write that, or who wrote that Batwing title?
I forget.
The original writer, I don't remember who the original writer was, but when Luke Fox wrote the book, it was Jimmy Palmiotti and Justin Gray.
Batman suit reminded me of Batman Beyond suit.
Was it David Walker? I'm trying to think, was it David Walker? Because I know David Walker did Cyborg and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Martian Manhunter, that was done by Rob Williams.
Oh, wait, here you go.
It's the final issue of Batman White Knight.
Yeah, it's an 8-issue miniseries, and we got one more issue after this.
8? Originally it was announced as 7.
Well, I saw different online, and I guess unless it was 7.
Yeah, I heard it was 7, but I guess the reason why they gave another issue is because it's selling really well. That's my theory.
Yeah, because when I saw it when I was looking at Sean Gordon Murphy's Twitter, it said it was talking about there was going to be 8 issues.
Maybe the 8th issue is just the epilogue for this series.
That could be it, because this pretty much sounds like, reading the synopsis, this pretty much sounds like it's wrapping up the entire story.
White Knight, it's such an awesome outdoor story. I recommend you read it immediately. It's really good. Go read it.
The thing I love about it is because Sean Gordon Murphy said he got all of his politicking out. When he did Punk Rock Jesus, he got all of his politicking out. So now this is just like his social commentary, but you don't see him forcing it down people's throats.
Unlike Marvel voice cutter down there, get it, get this.
Yeah, and there are people basically saying, there are people on Twitter basically telling Sean that he can't just be neutral, even if they got people like Diversity in Comics and they're talking about they like his comic, that he should be against them. And he says, and he was telling them no, he just wants to talk to fans and he wants his book to sell. Telling people not to go buy his book is the worst thing to do.
Yeah, Marvel.
That's how
take some notes. Oh wait, damn.
No, SJWs in general.
Fire all that
shit.
Garbage.
Let's see. The Fall of the House of Kane. Let's see. Vengeance and madness come home to Gotham City. Many arms of death has descended upon the city, bringing a plague that will devour everything Batwoman holds dear. And Alice, Kate long-lost sister, leads the way. Where's she been? I know she's been around somewhere.
I have no idea, but I think she's supposed to be. Last I saw her was in the previous Fly of Batwoman, and it kind of unofficially confirmed that she is actually Alice. If you remember her from the Greg Rucka stories that he did for the
confirmed that she is Alice. That Alice is her sister.
Yeah, but I remember reading the first issue, and someone pointed this out online that there are during the first issue there is sexual innuendo, like the way Batwoman does stuff, like when she's near a pregnant woman, she has her hand right near just under the woman's belly for some reason, and when she's like disarming Alice, she's like licking her lips while she's like very close to her, and she could have easily groped her. I'm not sure why J.H. Williams drew that. Someone pointed out online, like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years, like several years ago.
Dark, edgy, and Batwoman is not allowed to marry Maggie Sawyer, so that's why Maggie's.
Don't mind me. That pissed me off. Like, to quote like Andy Geeve is that this stuff that pisses me off.
Well, don't worry. Now Dan DiDio's out of position of power to say anything. Rebirth is going good, and I doubt they'll let anybody screw up this gravy train.
He's still
I hope that sideways, because if she can't get with Maggie Sawyer, I would like to see her hook up with Renee Montoya.
It'll be nice just to see Renee Montoya since she never showed up.
But
she's not showing up in DCU. Actually, how is this title?
Well, it is good. I love the
good.
fact that Tony Isabella is writing this title, because this is the first time I could. Now, when the series started, when I saw it, he was when the series, I don't know who was writing the book. I was happy Black Lightning was getting a book again, but then I saw was the writer. Like, Tony Isabella, he's one of the creators. Awesome, and yeah, for agreement. The only reason why this comic exists is because the Black Lightning TV show.
No, it would exist because Black Lives Matter.
And because the show is really good.
I'm waiting to come.
I think the comic. I haven't read the individual comic in physical, but I think the comic does promote the TV show.
I thought he was bald last time I checked. He was bald.
It does, but it's self-contained. It's not. It doesn't. It's like a separate story.
Doesn't he have 2 daughters? Doesn't Jefferson Pierce have 2 daughters?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, they have a recent issue of the series. I don't know if they still have their powers. Not. I have no idea, but I'm glad they're there. But I don't know if they have their powers.
One doesn't have power. One does have power. The other one we don't know yet.
I know Lightning.
Yeah,
exists.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing with his daughters, his eldest daughter is a lesbian, and his youngest daughter, I think, is straight.
Yeah, she dated Grace. She dated Grace in The Outsiders.
Yeah, which they actually that was actually one of the few good things I did like about Winnick's run. I think it was so interesting run. It just that, well, Winnick had a bizarre run on Outsiders. Like,
I don't know what
having
was
one
doing.
issue where, get this, the Outsiders were going to Stop It Right. It was started by the Fatal Five for some reason, and one of the members, I'm not sure who, had it where have everybody in the whole prison banging each other. Heck, even the Fatal Five were banging each other for some strange reason.
Okay, let's look this Big Barda in Bombshells. What's up with this one?
I don't.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. What Bombshells is?
David,
dog. Yeah.
See,
the thing with this series is, with the exception of Mira, almost every woman who pops up in this series is a lesbian.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, and I'm not very interested in reading it either. But
I
gotta say,
I like
Terry
Bombshells because
Dodson.
I like World War II setting, but I think Big Barda is not in relation to Mr. America in this continuity. I think she's in relation with the second Dr. Light.
Actually, she's playing Mr. Miracle.
Okay, because I remember somebody hooked up with.
It's the Bombshell University. Everyone's a lesbian, apparently.
Whatever.
Yeah, except for Mira. Mira is not a lesbian in this universe. She's actually straight, and she's with Aquaman. Well, he's not.
Terry and Rachel Dodson, this artwork, seriously, they need to start doing interior. Someone needs to pay them whatever they want.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm not sure how long this is going to last for, because for digital chapters for the first Bombshells book, that lasted for over 100 chapters, and the original book lasted for like 30 issues before I got restarted to this.
I pretty don't care about Bombshells. I remember before. I barely read that book. I like it. Yay! With the
by Liam
Sharp. Yep.
And cover art by Liam Sharp.
Ooh.
I think the series is supposed to cover what happened in those 2 issues of Batman that came out recently.
Which makes sense.
Because it involves the Celtic gods.
Yep.
Yeah, this is all about them trying to figure out what's going on, and they're on some kind of island.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, but it's not Paradise, which... Oh, yeah. Is it just me, or are those parademons in the cover? They're fighting.
Wait, Carl. Yeah, I think that's supposed to represent parademons, but Marv Wolfman returns to Cyborg.
Yeah, I heard about that. I'm so happy he's doing that.
That's what I thought too.
He did do the last 5 issues of the Cyborg. Those were interesting. And I did read the issue he did do for Teen Titans.
That was so awesome. That made me start with Starfire. They fixed Starfire.
I think it was his first issue he wrote for Teen Titans since. I mean, I know he did do the. He did. I think he did both the Villains Month one shots for Teen Titans, the Trigon Deathstroke. But I think the last individual issue he did for Teen Titans was issue 50 of Volume 3.
What did it do? Scott
does that look like Lomax guys in the shadow? Because
no, that was. Yeah.
It looks like super soldiers because it says there that the Stars Labs building this super soldier program.
I don't know. I don't read Cyborg. I tried reading it. I just got so bored. I was like, I'm like, next.
Well,
I still read it because the book has gotten a lot better since John Stamper left the book, because he left.
It was going nowhere. It was going nowhere.
The book was like moving at snail's pace, and it felt like it was telling the same story for like 15 issues, and I'm like, why the heck would you story for this long? I get maybe Ben Percy doing that for Green Arrow, but at least it's interesting. What John Stamper was doing was boring.
Yeah, nobody was buying this title. And this was one of the titles that got canceled besides Superwoman and Blue Beetle.
Superwoman was good though. I got Superwoman. So Blue Beetle.
I think Marv Wolfman just coming in to swoop and try to revive the title, because the title was getting a little bit better now since it changed creative teams.
Also, I see pull the plug. Just put Cyborg in Teen Titans. He's a Titan, damn it. Not a Jedi, remember. I said in my review,
and more Dead Men by Neil Adams, because Neil Adams.
Well, that may be good.
I like that series.
I don't really care about it that much. So I read it. I didn't know what was going on, so I dropped it.
I read it because I'm a Neil Adams fan, and I really want when I get a chance to, I'm gonna get my hands on all the issues for this series because I love Neil Adams.
Oh, this is the last issue.
Of course it is. It amazed me to begin with, so it wasn't a long one series.
I'm glad they gave him a mini because he's such a legend in the comic book industry. But let's just keep it at that mini series or Elseworlds because his storytelling needs is very desired, and it's something to be desired a lot.
Yeah. Next, Demon Helena. That series is awesome. Crazy, but insane.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, isn't this also?
I was so happy with this
miniseries.
Yep.
Yeah, with this miniseries, I'm quite happy Demon got serious again because, like, ever since New 52 started, like, all DC's done with them, they put them in Demon Knights. I don't think they have to go up in Justice League Dark. Yeah, but it seems like ever since Demon Knights ended, he just, pops up here and there. This is the first thing major DC's done with him since Demon Knights ended.
I miss Justice League Dark. That team was great.
Plus, they're honoring Jack Kirby.
Yep. Jack Kirby. Speaking of Jack Kirby, Jack Kirby's been treated bad in Marvel. That breaks my heart.
So is Stan Lee. Apparently, they're not trying to save him either.
That's true.
So anyway, it seems like, it's the final showdown between him and Bilal, his father.
I think yep. Sounds fun.
It's nice just to see her again. It's just so nice to have her around.
Daniel?
Yes, it's so nice to have her around once in a while. I haven't seen her since Justice League Dark.
Collision or pre-New Collision I ever get?
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's see, Deathstroke, issue 30.
Deathstroke Batman Begins here.
Well, since Christopher.
So is this that cover looks like it's done by Tim Sale?
No, it's
a mini series. Huh?
No, this is about to end because Christopher Priest's run on Deathstroke is about to end.
Oh, so I take over the main Batman book.
Okay,
makes sense.
I heard there's supposed to be a crossover with Batman, but this crossover going to be?
Let's see, the beginning of the month, a 6-issue series within a series featuring the ultimate showdown between DC's fiercest rivals. Batman discovers a mysterious package containing DNA test results proving that he is not Damian Wayne's biological father. In what? He sets his sights on his true father, Deathstroke.
What the heck?
What?
Okay, so it's a series within the Batman series, so it should be 36 issues.
Basically, it's crossover between Batman and Superman. But why is it being a test between? Why are they saying Damian is not Bruce's son? He is Slade's son.
I call BS on that because that's wise.
No sense at all.
I know they're trying to make an interesting story, but these are one of the few things Grant Morrison made that I think should just be left alone.
Here's it. I think this would be just a story arc, and that's it. They're not good. What kind of this? Because that would be insane.
Maybe it's gonna have an interesting end. Hopefully, there's an interesting end that makes it actually worth reading it.
Yeah.
Let's see. 979. Let's see. Batman Eternal Part 3 and 4.
Part 3 and Part 4.
Wait, we're bringing back Batman Eternal?
That Batman Eternal ended.
No, it's just the name of the title. It's the name of the story arc.
Oh, and plus she gets the army now. She finally has the army under her control.
Oh.
You know that storyline they've been building up since Batwoman?
Yeah, it's in Tim Drake's future.
Let's see. Ulysses Armstrong knows everything there is to know about Tim Drake's future, including every inevitable step he'll take on the road. Become a dark version of himself. Unfortunately, Ulysses is perfectly happy to take everything from him. Wait, which version? Which Ulysses we're talking about? The one from Superman or what?
No, we're not doing
Ulysses Armstrong. He was the second Anarchy. He was also the first person to take up the name Red.
He's
just the guy who steals other.
Robin. Robin.
Hey, is that supposed to be Batwing, or is that supposed?
No. That's the colony.
That's supposed to be Batwing. I'm not sure what the heck is up with the symbols.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm trying to see, was that supposed to be? Because I see that we got the Batwoman symbol,
the colony symbol. That's what with the colony. So Batwoman took control of the colony.
Yes, it was okay. Flash War. We're finally getting to the Flash War.
Yay!
Oh, wait, the Perfect Storm.
Yeah. Because Hunter's Army after came back.
Let's see. Grodd rains lightning down from the central city to burn the ground. Flash is as fast as the ball of lightning, but is he fast enough as 1,000? Perfect Storm. Epilogue. Wally, faithful decision. Iris' health begins to deteriorate at an alarming rate. Barry and the Flash family work at lightning speed to try to find a solution, but tensions between Wally and Barry causes Iris' condition to continue to work. Okay, so this is probably leading up to Flash War.
With Hunter's Almond by being the card to go. Remember, in the Flash annual, Hunter's Almond came back. Okay, Zoom.
Yeah, because Eobard Thawne is dead. For real, probably.
Yeah, because Iris shot him.
So that means
all
Bart comes into this.
Yeah, the real Bart. Bartor? Fuck Bartor. Bartor does not exist. All Scott with that equation can go bye-bye for all I care.
Let's see, we got Green Arrow, and it's the children of Vakar. Vakar?
Oh.
Following the hellish year in Seattle, Oliver Queen heads to the war-torn city of Vakar to use his considerable resources to help starving citizens, but Oliver soon finds himself in over his head when he discovers that the Vakar is being run by a mysterious new warlord known as Nothing, and all the town's children have gone missing. Oliver Queen can't save the children of Vakar, but Green Arrow can.
Wait, I thought he was going to Star City. Why is he still in Seattle?
Right, wait, when did Benjamin Percy leave? When
did that happen? Percy was doing a great job in that book. That book was good.
I think 38 might be his last issue. Either that or this is a filler arc.
Pull that filler arc. We get the arc. Oh my god, I don't want to read.
He's been doing a great job so far.
He fixed Green Arrow. He fixed Black Canary. Black Canary fixed for me. They Victor said, "Don't destroy it."
Back the mustache and beard. They finally gave us all that back.
Yeah, they got rid of Percy crap. Thank God.
How's Tim Seeley's Green Lanterns going?
Yay!
It's going interestingly.
Is it going any good? Is it
human trafficking? And apparently they're stealing. Apparently, superheroes like C-list ones have been kidnapped and sold into slavery for some reason.
I never seen a Mega Man. I heard a Mega Man came out in an article I read.
Jessica Cruz's ring has a mind of its own. Is lashing out at her. Jess needs to find a way to defend herself against a ring that is making constructs against her. What is this, Power Ring now? We're bringing Power Ring back into this?
Oh, dear God. Don't be
I hope not.
Jessica Cruz has been pulled into a nightmare world created from her own memories. As Simon Bass and the Justice League try to find her, they turn to an unlikely Alec Bell. John Constantine.
Yay! I'm sold.
Writes Hellblazer, so why not have him show up anyways?
Nope.
Actually, it's getting changed too, because he's getting changed off with Constantine.
I can sense it there. Constantine to go with the Vertigo. But Vertigo is where he was born in, and he should stay there.
Darkest Before
Dawn. Actually,
Tevia,
he was born pre-Vertigo.
Oh yeah, he's in Swamp Thing.
Him and Swamp Thing been in the DC universe for the longest.
Oh.
Yeah, Alan Moore created him.
Hal Jordan is the paragon of the Green Lantern, courageous and unrelenting, but even a hero can have sometimes a doubt. And the methods are there known to use. In those moments, something dark. Wait, are they bringing back that kind of like Wildfire from the Legion of Superheroes?
No, that's the Dark Stars.
Yeah, I remember.
Never heard of it.
It was basically another. It was basically like the Green Lantern, or like think of the Nova Corps.
So they're ready to go at
peacekeeping agency that fell.
John Stewart and Donna Troy were members of the group.
Wasn't that group ready to go at Nova Corps that were ripoff or they're evil?
Yeah, they were a group of. They had a series back in the '90s. They were created by a Star Trek writer by the name of Michael J. Fredman. It lasted for a few years, but my guess is it focused on originally one Dark Star, and then it started with issue 21 up until the final issue. They had the John Stewart the team, but it couldn't say the title for cancellation. I can tell why the book got canceled. It's an interesting title. They even had a crossover with Green Lantern at one point called DC Trinity, or crossover with Green Lantern and Legion. It was good.
Okay, so something's abducted Tomar too, and Hal Jordan's trying to rescue him.
Yay! Wait.
Well, trying to fight off this new mysterious group.
Okay, this sounds interesting. I dropped out. I was doing Grand and Gore, but I'll probably come back to it.
Saronic, not to. I'm still interested in what they're going to do with her. Are they going to make her a follower of her father?
That's what I wonder because Sinestro is still
I have
alive.
no idea.
And we got Frank Terry taking over for Harley Quinn. He got just done with his official story arc for Angry Bird.
Again,
Yep.
I don't
Let's
read
see.
Harley Quinn, so I don't give a damn.
Betrayed one of the last allies she thought she had left from Gotham City's criminal underworld. Harley's in a corner in her battle against the Penguin, and the most dangerous place you could possibly put her. Someone's going to get killed here, and it ain't Harley. And the gang's all here.
At least
Harley,
Amanda Connor's still involved with the tale somewhat. She's doing the covers.
Actually, I
Someone's
just bought a
gonna
book
die.
for $12 about the artwork of Amanda Caller. That has different stories like Power Girl, Supergirl, some other books she
It's
did.
an anthology book.
Yeah, basically it's an anthology of the stories she drew for.
No. I don't read Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't care. Next.
Also, I got volume 2 of Justice League United by Jeff Lemire, but they didn't have volume 1.
Correct me
I
if
was
I'm
saying-
wrong.
I don't know why,
But
But Justice League United on Lemire was awesome. It's just that when Parker took over, I think
got
he
weird.
missed the point of the whole title where you have this whole galactic stuff, and then it became like the Secret Defenders for some reason, where it like for like one story arc we have these random people come in for like 2 issues and leave.
This is DCU, right? Because that book confused the hell out of me when I saw it. Like, what the
Let's see
hell
what's
is
going
it?
on. Tim Seeley in the good old days, part 3. London is lovely, and John is having fabulous time. If you believe that, you'll believe that the Huntress is on his side, and the demons aren't coming after his ex-girlfriend. Some people will be, what? Okay, believe anything.
Oh, look, Injustice too.
Yeah, I don't read
24.
Injustice.
I do.
I'm just done
It's
with
awesome.
Injustice. I'm done with Injustice in general because the constant killing.
No, here's the good news though. Superboy's still alive. He's not dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Tim Drake is dead because Zod shot him in the heart with his heat
Oh,
vision.
yeah.
No, that was
Fuck.
that was Tim Drake, not Superboy.
That
No, I
broke
was talking
my
about Tim
heart.
Drake. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Tim Drake is dead because what
That
Zod did,
broke my
but then
heart.
apparently Amazo outpowered Zod and just twisted his head off.
Yep. That broke. Okay, Zod, I want to die.
Well, the thing with the comic
made
is
me
they
laugh.
just kill off characters who are not in the video game itself.
Even
Yeah,
if they do
that's
hurt the
true.
video game, they're just gonna die in the comics later on anyway. At this point, this should be in the dark multiverse because this world is depressing.
It is depressing, but there's hope in it. Supergirl
There is no hope.
is still trying hope
You
in
want
it.
hope? There's some hope. Tell Flash to go back in time and kill the Joker before any of this happens. Then
He
you'll have
can't
hope.
do that. If he that destroyed the time and time and it messed up. But we have
Yeah,
reverse
well,
Flash.
Well, then ask yourself this one question: Would you rather take a chance on that, or would you rather still live in the world of injustice?
Oh, shit. That's a good ethical question.
Because
I mean, if you want to think of
I
the
know
most
what's
person with
going
the glorious death in the Injustice universe, it's Kyle Rayner.
Yep.
oh, you mean when they tore off his arm and both his legs?
Yeah, they basically draw and quartered him. Is what it's commonly
Man,
called.
they got him off. No, they got him. Sinestro got him off guard,
Yep.
and then then Superman threw Mogo into the sun with Ganthet.
And then Constantine showed up. And it was crazy. And then Trigon and Swamp Thing.
Well,
I gave up-
Constantine
yeah.
disappeared. He was eventually killed off.
He was.
Actually, no, Swamp Thing came back. He came back in Judges 2.
No. Actually, I've been meaning to ask, how the hell did he get out of hell?
They
I
never
have no
explained it.
idea.
But Constantine is dead.
No, Constantine's
No,
alive.
he disappeared. I have no idea what happened to him.
He really went
He just disappeared.
back.
Oh yeah, and Constantine in that universe has a child. He has a daughter named Rose.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't care about Constantine in that universe because he's a dick. Well, he's more dickish in that universe than usual.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
Where's Wally West? He's still not showing up. I'm still pissed off about that. Where's
We don't
Wally?
need Wally in there because we don't want to see him getting killed off.
Oh yeah.
Well, they killed off Bart Allen in a flashback.
Yeah, he died.
Well, Bart died literally in the nuke explosion. He literally ran into the nuke and died.
Beast Boy died.
Yeah, him and Beast Boy both died.
Actually, where's Raven? You haven't
And look,
seen
we have
Raven
Justice
since
League by
one
Krista
idiot.
Priest.
She's disappeared because she was taken up. I don't know what happened to the. I don't know what they did with her. But anyway, Justice League Lost Part 2. Trapped in the chaos tribal conflict, this league become divided over whether to intervene in the civil war or in order to protect thousands of fleeing refugees. And a crucial decision could have dire consequences for their members. Meanwhile, Batman and Aquaman clash over how to take down the nemesis known only as Fan, who holds their secret hostage. Okay. What is going on with Christopher Priest's Justice League exactly?
Basically, obsessed psychopath, obsessed fanboy, basically, but take them through one by one.
And now they're getting hunted. And let's see, the Justice League hand is forced by the mercenary Deathstroke's decisions. Must be made.
Yeah, and the reason
Red Lion. That's tying into his
Red Lion.
It's tying into his Deathstroke series.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's
Red Lion
like
the
in the recent issue of Justice League.
Yeah. What?
Batman of the Justice League and pointed Cyborg to take over as leader of the team on a temporary basis.
Won't last.
It's not because he's black, is it? And it's February.
No, I think it's because Batman is basically, how can I say this? You keep messing up.
Yeah, they even mentioned they mentioned Justice League America, and they mentioned his strike team in Detective Comics.
Wait, did they also talk about his secret covert team? Or they don't know about that one yet?
Which one? You mean the Outsiders? No, they didn't bring him up at all.
Well, then I guess that's good then.
Oh, speaking of the Outsiders, apparently there are plans to do something with them after Metal.
I'll say Metal ends with issue 6.
Let's see, Justice League of America. Let's see, Dawn of Time, Chronos. Oh, Chronos. I haven't seen him in so long.
I heard this is the first time people have seen him since Convergence. I'm like,
it's so confusing.
He didn't show up during the main event of Convergence at all. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen him.
Chronos starts traveling from the Justice League in hot pursuit. At the same time, he's taunting Ryan Cho, getting in his head and trying to convince him he is never going to be the real Atom. While Ryan is able to overcome Chronos' attack and help his team, or will it time itself forever be lost in Chronos and Dawn of Time?
Chronos chapter 1.
Let's see, reform. Okay, so they're trying to stop Chronos from messing with the time stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chronos is one of those villains that people just don't care about. I think he's a badass of a villain.
What's with the female Azrael? I mean, Aztec.
I don't know who that is.
I have no idea.
That's Aztec.
Apparently, she's an old friend. It's explained in the comics. She's kind of an old friend of the Ray.
Okay, because I know the other Aztec, he just died in his own series because, well, there was nothing going on with him.
No, he didn't die at the end of his comic, but Grant Morrison killed him off in his final issue of JLA.
Okay.
What is it that he previous to, but then post-Flashpoint didn't exist anymore? And
yes.
Then,
all I know is I see a female Aztec, and it just reminds me of the original.
Oh.
Yeah, but the original one died in the story arc in Justice League known as World War III. Issue 4 where Grant Morrison kills off Aztec.
Then Batman went nuts and
because Isis is dead and Osiris died, so he basically wanted to destroy Bilal, and basically everyone tried to stop him, and then they all got their ass kicked.
Yep.
But the War II miniseries, the World War III storyline from JLA have nothing to do with each other at all. Just that they have the same name.
Oh. Man, I'm confusing.
Mr. Miracle, issue 8.
Awesome series.
Yep. It's
back to Apocalypse. In a return of war, Scott Free is engaged in a bloody battle against Darkseid's forces, this time without Barda by his side, because her hands are full thanks to the domestic situation at home, with the attention split by her concerns for his wife and commitments back on Earth, and Mr. Miracle holds his own against the means of darkness.
Darkseid.
That's a theory rolling around that this whole series takes place in virtual reality.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Virtual reality?
There was a glitch.
So none of it is real. All of it is in his head. Wonderful.
We don't know that. Wait, are they pulling that shit from Metal Gear Solid where turns out everything you were doing in Metal Gear 2 was all in virtual reality?
Kind of. Sort of. I don't know. I read Mr. Miracle. I do want to get trade though.
If you play Metal Gear Solid 2, you would know that.
Yeah, I put Metal Gear Solid 2.
Because that one was trippy. Because how it was screwing with your head.
New Superman.
Wait, are they getting Aqua? Oh, so they're finally going to get the Aquaman of China from North Korea. The saga Aquaman of the North Korea crashes to a close as the Justice League of China heads off to the international incident of the shores. Our heroes discover that sometimes villainy is the only matter of perspective and reasoning with North Korea. Oh well, it's North Korea, so chances are, there's no reasoning.
North Korea is very psychotic. So you know what?
That book is still really good.
That book is amazing. That book, in my opinion, would deem at the everything with
and now they got another imprint for an Asian Green Lantern.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
It's pretty neat. So now they're gonna get they got an Aquaman of North Korea. You can't even say China. It's the Aquaman of North Korea. You might as well just call them the Asian Justice League. That's what you might as well call them.
I support it. It's amazing.
And I don't know if you noticed this in the book, but the Batman, the Chinese Batman and the Chinese Wonder Woman are in a relationship.
Yeah, I kind of saw that from Volume 2. They were basically going in that direction. Plus,
I love this series. This series is how you carry that right. Marvel, take the nuts.
Wait, who should be on the international team if they ever did a Justice League International? Who should be on it?
I say, all your Superman, all Chinese Flash, Chinese Batman, Chinese Wonder Woman.
You only get one because they want to keep is usually one per country.
Oh shit. Fine.
Well, the only characters I'll put on is Red Rocket, Fire, Ice, Booster Gold because he's always going with JLI.
Yep.
Blue Beetle.
And
you need the Blue
Beetle. Let's see. Ooh, the French superhero. I don't remember her name. She's in that. She wears like
Crimson Fox.
Yeah. Crimson Fox. Let's
Beef
see.
Eater. He can represent London because Beef Eater exists. Or we could get Diva.
Yep.
Go Diva.
Yep.
Let's see.
Ice, I think, is American, isn't she? Or is she European?
Oops.
Ice.
She's from Scandinavia. She's somewhere in Scandinavia.
I know that Fire is from Brazil.
Yeah. So, and we can also get wildebeest from Africa.
But how about some?
Where's wildebeest? We haven't seen it in years.
Wildebeest? He showed up in Justice League of America.
Oh yeah, he did show up.
Let's see who could represent the Hispanic community because Vibe is from America.
We haven't seen Vibe.
Yeah, he is, but no one's seen him since the end of his comic book. Yeah, since his comic ended, no one's seen him since then.
A lot of people disappeared, like Hawkman, but then he came back.
Yeah, but the Hawkman, well, the alien Hawkman's dead. The one that it's in metal, that's a human Hawkman. The one who actually is from Earth. The one who died in Death of Hawkman, that's an alien. They proved this in pre-Flashpoint. They did have it where the Golden Age Hawkman met the Hawkworld Hawkman. They're actually two separate people.
Because most of the time they talk about, oh wait, he's from Thanagar because he's from his past, one of the reincarnations because of the metal, and that's where it gets confusing.
But it's kind of explained post-crisis that the person Hawkman's reincarnated from is actually a Thanagarian warrior who arrived on Earth in ancient Egypt, and that's how they explain how he's connected to Thanagar. But the present-day Hawkman, he is not an alien. He is a human.
No, instead he found Thanagarian technology, and him and Cassandra was just accidentally cut by the metal, and that's why they can resurrect.
Backstory is so confusing, so convoluted. I have no idea what that was.
It's up there with Donna Troy.
I mean, despite his confusing history, Hawkman is still an awesome character. And
it's like
there's this really funny issue of Justice League America, the one that was the strike team, where Hawkman shows up and his mate is bloody, and that's how he met Vibe.
What had Vibe usually character Jeff Johns done nothing?
Nightwing, written by Colin Kelly. Seriously, even we got two filler issues. That's weird.
It's Nightwing at the building for all these guys at the lead. That is awesome. Sign me up.
Well, is his book is getting delayed. That's why we're getting filler issues.
No, not delayed. Wait, let me explain. It's Nightwing in a building by all these guys, like delayed. Get it?
Yeah, but I'm saying like, what's with the filler writers? Because Colin Kelly is also.
I have no idea.
She's also she's doing. She was doing another series we just saw a few minutes back. That's why I'm saying like
Green Arrow.
With Green Arrow. Like, what's up with these filler writers? Is something going on that we're not aware of?
I have no idea.
I'm excited story, but it's not even in a building by all these guys.
Yeah.
Let's
see. When Damian Wayne disappears during a solo mission to Tokyo, Nightwing must enter the seedy dark underworld to save the boy who was once his Robin. But Dick will also ascend to the Crimson Kabuki Tower of the Tower. And surviving a game of death against 3 of Japan's most powerful fighters, can Nightwing defeat the entire building of elite fighters? Oh wait, are they going with what's the name? Something Save the Earth. I forgot the name. I gotta go look it up because I saw a Robot Chicken parody of this. But anyway, let's see. All Dick Grayson wants to do is a night to himself. But when Robin and Arsenal come calling in need of help, Dick has to throw on his Nightwing costume and get to work. Before he knows that he's neck deep in the League of Assassins and is trying to stop Arsenal's sometimes girlfriend from killing. Wait, did they finally bring back Cheshire? No, I mean, did they actually end up meeting again? Because I know they did it during the New 52, but it didn't go nowhere.
Wasn't that where any outlaw that awful series?
Yeah,
Scott
it was when Scott Liddell left and who took that series over? It took somebody. I forgot who took it over for a little bit.
I forget.
But yeah,
I didn't read that book. But it's so bad it was. I didn't do it. Damn that book.
Now we got Raven, Daughter of Darkness, issue 4 out of 12.
Oh, by the way, let me actually met Lee Valiant. It's funny.
Oh wait, so this is a maxi series.
Yep.
Let's see, superpower. The superpower experimental progeny of Tomorrow Tech have awakened the broken free of the corporate masters, and their next target is Raven. If she must die, or Trigon forces will capture her. Yeah, capture to learn how to enable Trigon to have another Daughter of Darkness. So they're trying to So they're still trying to corrupt Raven. Or Rachel.
Of course they would. What?
Let's see.
That's still good though. When y'all, this is 21.
And let's see. Looking to make his mark on Gotham City's crowded underworld, Red Hood infiltrates the Iceberg Lounge in an attempt to further annoy the Penguin. But it might be the Penguin who gets the drop on Red Hood this time. Plus, the truth about Bizarro's condition finally comes out. Are they still dealing with that?
I think so.
Because I gotta wait every few months just to get Red Hood and the Outlaws, and that's such a great title.
Yeah, that book is really good. That book really surprised me.
And Amanda Waller is in ropes and chains, like where she should be.
Yep.
Right. Let's see. Break through the wall. The government loses control of its new military weapon, the wall, and he's rampage. Oh wait. Rampage. Wait, the wall, is that supposed to be Rampage?
I think it's about damage. Oh, wait,
Damage, not Rampage. Damage. Yeah, and the Capitol bending Rick Flag is forced to turn back to the Suicide Squad to stop the wall before Washington is in ruins. Breakthrough wall finale. The squad faces down the wall as their fate hangs in the balance. If the squad doesn't stop the wall, the U.S. government will be demolished. There's always something going on with the U.S. government.
Wait. Let me get this straight. Metal Wall could damage, but damage went rogue. And now.
Wait, is that what they call him in the series? The Wall?
Yeah, because that's a nickname.
Okay, so this ties into Damage. So they got to stop Damage.
So would you probably say
Superman.
Suicide Squad? It's kind of like what they when they had General Zod in the team, where it's like a loose crossover between two titles.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yay!
Superman versus the Bizarro Earth. You got the regular Superman and the Bizarro Justice League versus the Bizarro Injustice League. So technically, are they the good guys? Yeah. Technically, since this is Bizarre Earth.
Yeah, One thing neat about this cover, I'd say this cover is a cool homage to Uncanny X-Men number 100.
This looks so adorable. I
we got Bizarro, Scarecrow, Riddler, Sinestro, Iceman. Not Iceman. Captain Colt, Joker, Lex Luthor, Cheetah, Black Manta, Brainiac, who's actually dumb, and we also got Gorilla Grodd. Or is that Ultra Humanite?
I think Ultra Humanite.
We got Is that Deadshot, or is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be Goliath?
I have no idea. I cannot tell. You have to zoom the picture. Let's see.
Yeah, that's Bizarro Goliath and Bizarro Nobody.
That looks so adorable.
I don't know who that person is in the mask. I have no idea.
That's supposed to be Nobody.
That's not Deadshot's mask. I know what his mask looks like. That's not Deadshot.
No, I said Nobody. Nobody's daughter. Who took over his? She took the mantle of Nobody.
After the original Nobody got killed with Damien killed him.
Oh yeah, Nobody's. I haven't seen her since that two-part backdoor pilot for Super Sons.
Yeah, it's so adorable.
But actually, she showed up as Superman.
How old is she supposed to be? Because they never revealed that. Because Damien's supposed to be 13, but how old is she?
She's a year older than him.
Yep, she's probably 14.
She's 14.
Yeah, she's a year older.
Oh, speaking of things, Damien got a girlfriend.
Wait, why is Alfred Robin in this universe? And we got the Wonder Twins. The Wonder Twins. Seriously, when's the last time anyone's seen the Wonder Twins?
Since the 60s.
Or the Bizarro.
Well, actually, the previous continuity with. Yeah. Say, is that guy wearing an Orange Lantern attire?
Yep.
Yeah. Which one?
The guy underneath the Bizarro Robin.
No, Bizarro Robin's.
Yeah,
that's Alfred.
That's Orange Lantern.
You mean Kyle right here? Right here? Yeah. Apparently he's a Yellow Lantern.
It looks like the picture. It looks like it's orange. The outfit looks orange, not yellow.
Well, it's supposed to represent yellow because that's the sign. Because basically, the Sinestro Corps is basically the Hope sign upside down.
Not the point, Bizarro, but it's
no, look, Batman has roses, and he's going to give it to Scarecrow. Aquaman has octopuses on his hands.
Scarecrow basically, I think he's supposed to be a deputy member of the Sinestro Corps.
Oh wait, look, Super Chief. I think it's not Super Chief. What's his name from the Super Pals? Apache. Yeah, the Great Apache. The guy, he said something. He always grows. Yeah, because we got the Wonder Twins. We got the Super Apache. Is that supposed to be Black Vulcan right there?
I think so.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, White Vulcan now. This is in the Bizarro universe. He's White
Black Vulcan, from what I've heard, Jeremy, get this. Originally, from what I've heard, the original plan was the character supposed to be Black Lightning, but Tony Isabella's legal team said no to that, so they changed to Black Lightning. Also, his costume showed up on Static Shock for one episode.
Yeah,
in the pilot.
I missed
basically,
that.
they're all based off of somebody in the DC universe. It's basically like the Watchmen, where DC told them they couldn't do it, so they had to make new characters based on them.
This is so much fun. I really can't wait for the two issues.
Why is Hawkman or woman with this Gary? I'm still wondering why Alfred's Robin. That's the one thing I can't figure out. And why is John a Bizarro? How does John already have a Bizarro counterpart?
Well, remember, this was boys all world. This at the story arc with Dr. Chris and Superman.
So this means that
John has only been around in the comics for right now. I think he's only been around for 3 years.
Yeah, but how does he already have a Bizarro counterpart? That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, when Superman got hit, when Bizarro first created, Superman had been around for a good 20 years by the time Bizarro first showed up in Superboy number 88. Though it was a bizarre version of the
is this
Clark
supposed to take place in Earth 30? Is this supposed to take place in Earth 30?
That's my best guess.
Yeah.
No, wait. All right. Yeah. It's Earth 30 or Earth 29?
Can I get that up in the comic reset of the universe? Are the most powerful forces of bad ever assembled. Not super full of faith, the reason fun, and the only hero that is standing on the end of the floor is the Bizarro, Superman, and Sun.
Yep. Wait, would Superman actually remember that he met Bizarro, or was that Great Pack filler just that filler?
I think that got back.
I have no idea. Yeah, because he did one issue filler with just Action Comics, volume number 40. That issue was just a backdoor pilot to the
Convergence.
Not convergence, but
it was just a backdoor pilot convergence. Which was fun. It was fun. I won't lie. That was a fun issue.
Fun issue, but the entire story with the point, because that story to do with the
that was the whole point.
It's supposed to be Earth 44.
No, Bizarro Earth is either 29 or 30. Because it's right before the Red Sun. Because Earth, the cube Earth is right before Red Sun Earth.
I'm confused. How are you gonna fill up from New 52 Man?
Hang on a second. Look at my multiversity map. Let me go get it.
Okay. That was so much fun. I cannot wait.
Speaking of multiversity, when is Multiversity 2 supposed to come out?
Whenever Grant Morrison can come up Wonder Woman Earth 2.
Earth 2 is coming out. Wonder Woman Earth 2 is coming out for Volume 2.
Yes, because they already announced that Green Lantern Earth 2 just finally got
Earth 1.
Earth 1, not Earth 2.
Not Earth 2.
Earth 1. They finally showed. Hang on a second. It is Earth 29. Yep, Earth 29 is the cube Earth.
Wasn't Earth 2 basically that New 52 that got blown up twice and then
we don't speak of that. We don't talk about
what the total then.
Also, let's see, we got Captain Cold, except he's now Captain Flame. The Joker's crying. Grundy's probably smart. Brainiac is stupid. Cheetah is what is the opposite of a cheetah?
Weapon.
Okay.
Wait,
okay. Okay, so Black Manta is White Manta. Wouldn't Penguin actually be a bigger bird, like a whale or a vulture?
Yeah. Is it just me when it comes to these characters' costumes? But do they look like the costumes from the Super Friends TV show? For the villains?
Yeah. Also, look, they actually gave Lex Luthor his hair from the I think from the Silver Age or the Bronze Age when he had hair.
Yep.
Actually, it was the Golden Age he had hair. The Bronze Age, the Silver Age he had no hair.
Yeah, I remember
they claimed in that continuity that Superman caused indirect cause an accident that caused Lex Luthor to have his hair.
And
but
that's why
here's the thing. Yeah, post-crisis, he was already bald, and they never gave a reason why he was bald. He just was bald.
New 52
for some reason. But then again, when it comes to Lex Luthor, they can't ever decide is he a mad scientist or he's a ruthless businessman or is he both?
I kind of support what we did in Mad Science. I kind of support the both fuse together.
I'm still trying to see. Let's see. What's the opposite of Scarecrow then? Because he can't be a Scarecrow. Batman is Happy Man.
I have no idea. I got nothing.
Let's see. Poison Ivy can. I don't know the opposite of Poison Ivy. Gigantic. So she should be shrinking Drantress or some shit like that.
Shrinking woman.
I don't know, but.
It's awesome. I just love this color.
You have Sinestro being a Green Lantern.
Well, that's just because they're the opposite of what they are, which still doesn't make sense anyway.
Well,
and what the heck is the Joker?
Wait, Bizarro Re-Death finale. The challenge of the Bizarroverse continues as super foes battle the Legion of Fun. Superman and Son return to Hamilton for a quick recharge. They learn what little the town is truly meant to them. And what they meant to the locals of the time. Are they trying to say they're regretting moving from Hamilton? Because Superman needs to be back in Metropolis.
That's my best guess. Maybe it's just a bit of the story arc, and that's the beginning. Remember,
Steve Orlando. Why did he leave Superwoman? I still never understood why he left. Or I mean, not Steve Orlando, Bill Jimenez. Why did he?
He's such a great book. I love that book.
No idea why. I never. Because he was at, I think it was MegaCon Orlando last year, and he was not there the day I went. He went on the expensive day.
I love Superwoman. I missed that book.
Okay, let's see. Supergirl. I actually read the first 2 volumes, and it's a pretty solid series.
It's actually pretty good. Not that bad.
And the thing is, they don't make it. Apparently, people want to talk about how there's a transgender writer that Steve Orlando is supposed to be working with, and no one cares. No one actually cares.
Jodie Huster, for what I've met her, she is not transgender.
No. Steve Orlando is working with somebody is going to be a new trans writer because DC has this new writers program.
I support that.
Okay. The only writer I know of is transgender is Matthew Sturges for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, originally was a guy and then he has sex change to be a woman.
Well, I know about Max Masaggio, but that dude needs to be put in the needs to go to jail because he's always talking about if you don't stand with trans people, you are a terrible person. Screw you. Don't buy his book. And also, he wants to hit cis men in the head with a baseball bat, which that's grounds for getting your ass thrown in jail.
Question: Isn't that guy the same like a little Black Bolt, or was it someone else?
Wait, he was what?
No. This is the guy with a little Moon Knight, right?
Max Burmis. That was the guy who's part of some kind of band, and he told people if they don't like his SJW politics, they can eat his ass.
Oh. Yeah, this guy sounded complete insane.
Yeah, but he's doing a great job with Moon Knight. I mean, he's on it for 3 issues, and
it doesn't matter how good your story is. The whole fact is you're talking to the fans / consumers like idiots.
Yeah, man. That's why I don't read Moon Knight because of that bullshit.
Anyway, let's go.
I read Moon Knight because that's the reason why I read it.
I can read it.
Yeah, but I'm not going to support people who basically mistreats me.
Agreed. What
Super Sons.
Anyway, Supergirl must find the Mokrai and out of one of the dimensions Viking judge to say their director bones from the fury of the Viking magical act. So we're going back to the point. Were we talking about the Viking Prince? Are they actually bringing that dude back up? It's been so many years.
Who knows? The way this volume goes, it feels like Supergirl from 2 volumes back mixed in with elements of the Supergirl TV show.
It's always been that way.
Director Bone is a complete scumbag. Forget him.
In fact, I think he's supposed to be a stand-in for the Jimmy Olsen of the TV show.
Except Director Bone's evil, and he's got a scope.
Oh, him. No, I mean him. He's supposed to be a stand-in for Jimmy Olsen.
Him. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
One thing I gotta mention is, why is it that the S on Supergirl's attire looks kind of like the way it does in Injustice?
That looks like a 5.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that for some reason. The Injustice Supergirl has a similar design for some reason.
They're always throwing stuff in there. They're always throwing things from the movies or stuff. That's why I like the Suicide Squad, but I hate Killer Croc in the show because he is not a cannibal. He never was a cannibal. He never cannibalized a person a day in his life because he even said that would make him different from the monsters.
Do you know the reason why they put him in the movie?
Popularity.
The reason why, because the original plan was to put King Shark in the movie, but he would have to be entirely CGI. So they gave a lot of his traits to Killer Croc.
Wait, why couldn't they just done it when they did it Attack on Arkham? Assault on Arkham.
Yeah, Assault on Arkham, I think.
I don't know, but the only time I've seen King Shark outside of the comics is when he popped up on The Flash.
Yep.
See, I wanted him to be like
the CGI for him is really good. He's popped up for 3 episodes, and he looks awesome on the show. I'm like, why can't the movies do that with him? It's so simple.
I know, but
do you know who created King Shark? It was Ron Martz.
Wait, who?
The guy's name is Ron Martz. He was one of the first writers for the Superboy comic, the one in the 90s. One with
you mean the one with the glasses and the leather jacket? The kick-ass.
Yeah. He's the one who created King Shark. He's also the one who created the character Knockout. You know, the woman who red hair.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the woman with glasses.
Yeah, first in that series she was Connor's girlfriend, and then Gail Simone made her Scandal Savage's girlfriend, later wife.
What? When did that happen?
Secrecy.
Basically Gail Simone outed her as bisexual.
Gail Simone does a lot of things. But then again, Gail Simone likes to talk a lot. And sometimes she needs to be quiet. She just needs to shut her mouth sometimes.
She could writer, but
the stuff she does. A lot of people love her work. I mean,
her work ethic
as far as I've heard, I heard no complaints about her outing Knockout as bisexual, or I think I know the character Alyssa, who was a supporting character in Batgirl. She outed her as transgender.
I think the only thing about Batgirl I liked when Jonathan was the Miller, but then after that the book went downhill.
There's a lot of things I like about Gail Simone, but the thing is that Gail Simone has she has a very shoddy work ethics. Plus, when she got fired, she tried to use the whole I'm a woman and that's why they tried to fire me as her excuse. And no one knew the truth.
Yeah.
No one knew that fired her.
Yeah, and now she's doing Domino, which is an odd choice for her to do as an ongoing series, but
actually,
Gail Simone's a good writer, but
Domino on Twitter, and people wondering, wait, why are you advertising your book when you call someone Daryl? Why you support someone like Daryl Leo, who goes around calling Ethan Van Sciver a Nazi?
Yeah,
on Twitter.
That's very fishy. Look, I got Gail Simone, but she needs
Gail
to keep her
Simone
mouth
did that
shut
to Ethan Van
enough.
Sciver?
Yes, because back in 2008, he wrote a book. Well, he made a book. It was Sinestro on there, and he called it "My Struggle." It was like a parody of My Kampf. That, and he also did the artwork for Jason Peterson. I don't know. He's some dude from Canada, and he's a very, very, very famous person. And he's also very controversial for his politics and what his views. But anyway, people don't like him, so they started picking on Ethan Van Sciver.
Even though it wasn't his fault.
They basically calling him not him. A dude named Tim Doyle and Joe Glass from Bleeding Cool have been calling him a Nazi online, and they're trying to paint him in a bad light.
Screw these assholes. I'm not even Van Sciver's on that one. Fuck Bleeding Cool.
Well, you can't exactly tweet him because his Twitter account's been deleted.
Yeah.
No. Ethan Van Sciver
even started his account?
No, he didn't delete his Twitter account.
Good.
He could go back. He's still on Twitter. He still talks to people on Twitter now. He only left for like 2 weeks.
I'm on his side. Like, screw the assholes.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if we can get Ethan Van, if we can get him on here, like, Comic Frontline gets like famous comic creators on their live show.
We need to get some on the show.
He really accepts pretty much almost anybody onto his show. Like, all you gotta do is just tweet him and he'll accept.
That gives me an idea.
What about if we invite him to come on here, but we're not that big enough, but we can definitely invite him. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because he went on Rob and Benny's YouTube channel stream.
So what acting to do to watch him on?
Like I said, ask him. I'm not the best person to ask in this situation. Oh, and Kid Amazo returns as the pieces of this daily plan to fall into the place of the secret. Mate, tell Damian and John in part. Let's see, Teen Titans, and this is Beast Boy. Mm-hmm. Is it supposed to be like the Beast Boy from the Teen Titans cartoon show when he went to that monstrous form?
I think so.
Yeah. Looks like
I'm glad Ben Percy's still doing that book. Oh, yeah. Also, Jeremy, did you know how much the first trade for Super Sons cost? Even Tivy was surprised when he saw this. The first volume is $12.99.
Yep.
I got it for $10 online on Amazon.
Same.
Yeah, I got Barnes Noble for that price. So I'm like, I was so surprised. Like, it's odd though DC would charge this much for a trade that collects only 5 issues, because normally they charge this thing for like $6.99, but 12? My only theory is because the stars are kids.
Yep, and adorable.
Actually, I have been collecting more stuff. Like, I just started collecting the Promised Neverland.
Okay. Yesterday I picked up from Ollie's. It's a local store here. They were having like a special sale on DC trades, selling for like $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. I picked up the second volumes for Savage, Hawkman, Talon, and the Batman Odyssey trade.
When Talon visiting that New 52 trade went nowhere.
What do you mean, Savage Hawkman or?
No. Savage Hawkman had a long way about until with Talon.
Talon was a great character. I love Talon. It's just that after his series ended, he only made 2 appearances. He popped up in the final issue of Batman Eternal for like 2 pages.
Nothing.
And then he popped up again a year later. Not Cluemaster. Talon.
Oh.
Calvin Rose.
I thought that's part of the
band. Then popped up in issue 25 of Batman Eternal for like a 1-panel cameo.
Didn't he also show up in Futures End as well?
Don't mind me.
I don't remember if he did or not.
I hate Futures End.
Wait, who's the Puppeteer? I don't remember this villain.
He's from
which one?
The Puppeteer. The Puppeteer. Puppeteer's rank.
Never.
Oh, Puppeteer.
I don't remember that villain.
He's an old Green Lantern villain. He was the first villain that Green Lantern fought at the start of his Hal Jordan. He first fought him in Green Lantern Volume Number 1 that came out in 1960. The Titans actually fought him in the 80s. He was one of their first villains they actually fought. And apparently, according to the series, it was the first time he showed up since that debut appearance. So he didn't show up for like over 20 years.
James Robinson is writing the Trinity issues 21 and 22.
Demos. Oh,
yeah, the final issues of that series.
Yeah, James Robinson. He's bringing Deimos in.
Wait, from Convergence?
Yeah. Deimos, he does from Convergence, but he's a villain for Trevor Morgan, aka Warlord.
Warlord. Actually, they retcon that because apparently Warlord is actually alive. So just ignore Convergence. Ignore it.
The one good thing that came out of it with one thing.
Yeah.
Lewis and Clark. All the other Convergence books are all garbage.
But yeah, when it comes to Convergence, just ignore it because Warlord is still alive. Scarteris is still in the earth, so
Talos is gone, so we don't get into Talos anymore.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, let's just.
I have no idea what the heck happened to Talos. He just got a brief ongoing series, and after it ended, he just stopped showing up. He even briefly met Parallax for one issue. He even also saw Brainiac, which I think it's supposed to be the Jeff Johns Brainiac. And then he just disappeared. No one knows what happened to him.
That entire series.
The series was written by I'm trying to remember who wrote the series. The series lasted for like 6 issues. I think it was one of the writers for Convergence. It wasn't Lobdell. I don't remember who the writer was for Telos.
I didn't get that damn entire Telos is a stupid book that didn't need to exist. It's boring and boring, but it just made no sense. Who wanted
you're still going to use that time weapon he used in Convergence.
Okay.
So Steve Trevor is going to lead them to Scarteris.
Why? And it's so canon.
Look at this. It's Gorilla, Monsieur Gorilla, or whatever his name is.
Monsieur
the Brain. Teen Titans.
Oh,
they finally got.
The Brain.
You wonder who that gorilla is? His name is Monsieur Mala. He's no Doom Patrol villain. And the guy the guy who the Titans are standing on top of, that is the Brain.
Yep.
Yeah,
is that Cheshire?
TV cartoon show, and that was awesome when there was in the cartoon.
Yeah. I see Cheshire with him. She's kicking Nightwing's rear end.
And kicking Arson's ass. Wait.
No, she's kicking Dick. Let's see.
What's
going on in here? Titans Apart finale. Arsenal and Donna discover the truth about the Bliss conspiracy. Only they are too late to. They're too late. With the Justice League off the board and the Titans divided, who will stand against the evil Brain as he attempts to create his new world order and kill everyone on Earth in the process? Wait, what's the Doom Patrol? I thought they were supposed to be fighting this guy.
Isn't the Doom Patrol
the Teen Titans have fought him? The first time they fought him was actually in the 80s. It was a 3-part story where it was a follow-up to the end of the first Doom Patrol series, where they had to team up with them in order to kill Madame Rouge and General Zal.
Yeah, the Immortal
General.
They did
kill.
Yeah, the Immortal General who can't die.
Yeah, they had no choice but to team up with them. And for some reason, I have no idea why, because of that 3-parter, DC loves making them recurring villains of the Teen Titans, despite the fact they're enemies of the Doom Patrol.
Wait, where's what's her name? Where's the where's Madame Rouge?
Where's Madame Rouge?
Where's she at? Because that's the one person who's missing in this equation.
Good question.
Yeah, Madame Rouge is dead. She got killed by Beast Boy.
No. This is the new 50. This is the new DC Rebirth continuity, and she probably is most likely still alive.
I don't know where Madame Rouge is, but the thing with these two, the last time they showed up was actually in the previous volume of Teen Titans by Tony Bedard, and one thing Tony Bedard did do with Monsieur Mala, he had him swear in French.
Isn't that entire story could be like point? Maybe that entire story could say within a Goblin War.
No, Tivia. Tony Bedard was the last writer of the previous volume of Teen Titans. After first it was Will Pfeiffer, then it was Greg Pak, and then Tony Bedard took over for the last handful of issues. It's collecting that trade, Titans Fall. That collects this entire brief run for the book, which is like, I think it's like 6 issues. It's very brief, but it's really good. And it's interesting, though, they actually, the Teen Titans fight the Brain Monsieur Mala. So this is the first thing that showed up in probably almost 2 years.
Let's see. And Wonder Woman is taking on Darkseid in the last 2 issues with the help of Jason, maybe. As Darkseid is at full power, Grail deserves to be killed.
Yep.
Yeah.
She deserves.
I'm sure you noticed by this artwork that Darkseid has gone back to the Jim Lee suit.
Yeah. Wait, Jim. Oh yeah, leaving out with the blood of my mind.
Yeah, Jim Lee from the origin story. Yeah, this is the same attire that he's the one who redesigned Darkseid for this particular look right here. Jim Lee designed that. Prior to this, Darkseid himself showed up physically was during Darkseid War.
Darkseid War, I agree.
Yeah, I liked his new 52 outfit. It fits him way, way, way better than what he used to look.
I can't like it.
What do you mean with the Jack Kirby look?
Jack Kirby look was awesome.
Then again, have you guys seen Mom's Side?
No.
Basically, somebody on Tumblr took Darkseid and made a Rule 63 version. And they call it Mom's Side. Like, I'll show you the artwork once this is over with.
Okay.
But yeah, she's taking on Darkseid, and Grail is
what Darkseid is. His name is a typo. Yeah,
I know his real name is something. Yeah, by John Rivera.
Yeah, it's Uar. His name is Uar. That's Darkseid's real name, but no one has spoken his real name in years.
That's because he took it on his plan to carry their mother.
Let's see, when you got a cybernetic eye infected with madness, anything can happen. Even an eye with infinite capabilities needs to recharge once in a while, finding a seemingly safe planet. Oh, okay, so it's just weird that what's his name? Jared Way is not going to be on Cape Carson.
I thought he first thing in Milk Wars. Isn't it the time the Milk Wars?
No, he's Milk Wars. He's stepping down from Cape Carson.
Now.
Yeah, do you think this is an upgrade from his cybernetic eye he had previously?
Yeah, and he's going to be in space. And is that the Batmobile in space?
Looks like it.
I guess so, but it looks like from the design, it looks like the Batmobile from the Batman, from the Bruce Timm design of the Batman animated series.
Like Batman
no, not Batman 66. It looks like, but to me, it looks like from looking from here, it looks like the way he did from the 90s show.
There it is.
Look, the second line for
Dirt Way, Volume 2, Nada.
Eternity Go.
May 9th. Seriously?
Damn
all the other books are coming out towards March to April, and this is coming out in May. Seriously, what is up with this book?
I have no idea. I really want to get my hands in the first trade, but it's hard to get for some reason.
Oh no, Amazon. Just go to Amazon. That's what I did for all the young animals. Amazon just is it's only for $8.
Okay.
Wait, what?
I might get it, but I'm trying to save money. I'm trying to get a job right now.
Okay, let's see.
I'm planning on getting it in the near future because I love Doom Patrol.
This is the person I've been talking about. This is the person who talk about she wants to go take a baseball bat and hit 6 men in the head. Maglin Basagio. So he's a psychopath on Twitter who needs to stop.
Why are you on Go? He's a win a book.
And he literally said anybody who does not believe in supporting trans people should unfollow him, block him, and then don't buy his book. Which I said, this is why your book is going to get canceled.
Right. And DC hired him.
Yeah, and I'm not wonderful because it's him. I'm not going to touch this. I don't care how good this book is. I'm not going to touch it.
I'm not touching it.
I seen this person online. She is a very toxic person.
This guy is such a scumbag. But
I will give this. Let's see. We finally got Flex Metallo, Robot Man, Rebus, Crazy Jane, and more. Plus, who is she? She just comes out of nowhere and decided to insert herself into the story.
Doom Patrol is weird. The book is confusing, convoluted. I'm never going to talk an ass.
Tivia. Doom Patrol has always been weird. It's been that way since the Steve. Yeah, it's always been like that.
It's about the 60s.
It's been like that since Arnold Drake first created the group back in the 60s. They're an awesome group. They're weird, but that's part of the motif.
That's the whole point of their entire series is weird people. It's like, let's say you take the people who got superpowers, but let's say apply real world logic to it, where they're most likely going to get screwed up for life. And that's basically what Doom Patrol is.
Yeah, and according to Arnold Drake, and this is a rumor. He thought Stan Lee had spies at DC offices because the X-Men were basically he thought that the X-Men were ripping off the Doom Patrol, even though that because people think the Doom Patrol are rip-offs of the X-Men.
Because the Chief came out a month before X-Men.
Yeah. X-Men came
but the thing is, Doom Patrol is not as well celebrated as the X-Men is.
but it's twice as weird. It's twice as good, especially the Grant Morrison run.
It's way better than
Yeah,
everything.
which I know Tivia was happy about this when I shared the article. The Doom Patrol are going to show up on the Teen Titans TV show.
Yep, that made me happy. Yeah.
Makes sense. They love hanging out with them.
Yep.
It's just I want to get more into the series, but it hardly comes out, and I don't know when it's going to come out.
Well, it's reading Milk Wars right now. Part 1 was insane. Part 2 was...
No, I mean for Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is just weird because it just doesn't have a set schedule.
Oh,
yeah. Let's see. Mother Panic Gotham AD. One thing I'm glad about this book, despite its change of name, I'm staying the same.
Nope.
Yeah, it's still Jody Hauser, and she's still writing what's her name as a very, very edgy, very, very explicit person. I mean,
yeah, she swears
Mother Panic
and
out the ass.
Also, I think she kind of confirmed a few issues back. They confirmed that the character Mother Panic is a lesbian.
No, I think she's bi at best. I think she's bi.
Yeah, and in the Milk War special, she took a little girl under her wing as kind of like a ward.
Yeah, it's amazing that she's in Gotham City, yet you hardly ever see her interact with the Bat family at all.
Outside of her own title.
But I'm pretty fine with that.
We just don't touch them.
I'm fine with that. I'm pretty fine with them in Subway.
And I'm glad she's the change.
One thing I would think would be really interesting. I mean, the only Bat family members who show up in this title have been Batman and Batwoman. That's it.
But I thought Batwoman also showed up eventually.
Yeah, Batwoman did. Oh, they made a joke in the special about Batman knowing that Mother Panic keeps Ratcatcher in her basement.
What am I saying, Changing Woman? That book is
the Ratcatcher. Yeah, the Ratcatcher is in her basement for some reason.
Simple.
Okay.
Shade decided to ditch the body of that girl she's in comatose to, and she's going to make her own new identity.
Huh? Why?
She ditched that comatose body.
When the hell did that happen? I'm lost.
The first volume, she basically when she left her dimension, she jumped into the body of a girl who's in a coma.
But when that girl was like a jerk, and then she tried to attack her, and then she began egg, and then what?
No. It turns out the girl who was in a coma, she was already an asshole to begin with. So,
Yeah,
they do nothing about that.
Again, that book is weird. Even for me. It's like an acid trip.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like I said, Steve Ditko created this character. I don't know how he feels.
Change Woman. But the thing about Mother Panic is, I'm sure you probably noticed this, Jeremy. Her speech bubbles are very bizarre.
Everything is bright, colorful, and everything just looks like it's an acid trip. It tries to be Doom Patrol, but fails at some times.
Yeah.
The Wild Story number 13 by Warren Ellis.
Isn't it supposed to be like 25 issues? At least that's what I see from the cover art from Volume 1. It's like it goes to the number 25.
Wild Story is one of the.
Oh, look, it's John Lynch. Which, here's the thing about John Lynch. John Lynch is supposed to be Wildstorm's version of Nick Fury.
Yep.
Also, apparently they I don't know what is up with the DC universe because they constantly reference it a lot.
Why? What's the point? Wildstorm, you should.
What?
All the characters are.
Wildstorm references the DC universe a lot.
We don't need 11 Wildstorm. Let's leave it alone.
Okay, so
tried that.
Oh, Future Quest. Now we're doing what's their names? Yeah, the Herculoids.
Snagglepuss and Future Quest.
I don't read Future Quest.
Snagglepuss has been interesting so far. Apparently, at the end of recent issue, got called before Congress.
Yeah, apparently, isn't he an anthropomorphic panther who's also gay and he lives in the world of humans?
Don't know. I don't care.
You won't believe who also is in this book. Do you remember the dog Huckleberry?
Yes.
The blue dog?
Him and his son is in this book too?
Huckleberry's in there as well. I don't remember. It's the blue dog who's looks kind of depressed half the time, but it's Huckleberry. I don't remember his last name though.
You mean Droopy? Droopy is the one that looks depressed all the time. Huckleberry's the dog who was brown fur. He had a son.
Now remember, it's a blue dog. I have seen him in cartoons. His name is Huckleberry. He's named after Huckleberry Finn from the Tom Sawyer Mark Twain story.
Wait. Huckleberry.
Yeah, he's a blue dog.
Huckleberry.
He wears a suit in the series, and they kind of outed him as apparently he was married and had a kid, and then for some reason he was blackmailed to leaving his wife because he was caught making out with a guy.
Let's see. Let's put in cartoon. Let's see what that gives us. No, this actually just gives us the actual Huckleberry. You sure that's the correct character? Let me see. Tackle well. Yeah, Huckleberry. Huckleberry Hound. Oh, man, Huckleberry.
Yeah, that is him. He's in the book.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try this again. Huckleberry Hound. Okay, that one. Okay, now I remember him.
Yep, he's in the book and he's gay.
Yeah, I know. I knew they made Snagglepuss gay because he was always feminine looking.
Yeah, but they changed his design.
I forgot what's his name? Right,
Jimmy Palmiotti writes. It's actually a really interesting series. I mean, George Jetson looks nothing like what he does in the cartoon.
Plus, they gave Rosie his mom, which is weirder.
Yeah, and Rosie, I think they gave her the most. Her and George are the mostly redesigned. The other Jetsons look pretty much the same as they do in the cartoon.
Well, Elroy
and Jane, they actually look older than they do in the cartoon. I think Elroy in the cartoon, I think he's supposed to be about 10. In the comic, he's about mid-teens.
Actually, I enjoyed this, and I enjoy the Flintstones as well.
Again, I don't read these books, so I know.
Actually, the only book I still don't understand is Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
Why that book's still alive? Can that book get canceled?
It's basically Mad Max, or wait, no, not Mad Max. It's basically like Walking Dead, only with monsters.
That sounds really stupid.
Yeah. The only reason why I think that DC is not canceling this book is because Scooby-Doo is still popular, and they want a Scooby-Doo book published.
No. Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes are the most popular books because Scooby-Doo team-ups every Scooby-Doo team-up always had a DC character.
Didn't they make anime movie recently? Oh, wait, they did.
I think so. I haven't seen the last movie I saw for Scooby-Doo. I think it was the one where they fought a giant vampire ghost.
Yep.
Oh, and Teen Titans Go, the comic book, is actually a lot funnier than the actual show.
What? That thing is still alive? What?
Yeah, it's issue 27. This is the Wait, what? Why is everybody converted?
I don't read. I don't read Scooby-Doo Warrior the comic book. I watched the cartoon. The cartoon is amazing. What the heck is up with the characters switching outfits? I mean, you have Velma dressed up as Daphne. You have
Shaggy dressed up as Scooby, and I think that's another dog dressed up as Scooby with just Scooby's face on it. Let's see, you get the
it's weird.
Now you can get the entire Scott Snyder Batman collection.
I
just own the individual issues.
No, this goes
any of the Scott Snyder trades.
Yeah, this goes from all the way to the Court of it goes from the Court of all the way to the Night of Owls. This goes from 0 years all the way to something else. I forgot. I think it goes all the way to Endgame.
The first two trades cover with the first 12 issues. 0 year covers issues 21 to.
I got that one.
27 and 29 to 33. That's 0 year.
I don't get these deluxe editions because if I knew you can get a deluxe edition way before, I would have not constantly got these volume ones.
Yep.
I might get Batgirl deluxe edition since it's more cheaper.
Yep. Oh, look,
okay, so we got Detective Comics Book 2 Deluxe Edition.
Oh, look, The Signal.
I don't care about Cyborg at all. But when Batwoman comes out in May 30th.
Wait, go back to The Signal. Okay, Duke.
Yeah.
Where you see a Signal?
Right here.
That's straight from Batman Signal.
I still
the whole thing with that series is it's just a solo title for Duke. That's all it is. The only reason I put the Batman on it is just so it can sell.
Yeah, it collects All-Star Batmans 1 to 4 and 6 to 9 because Duke is in it. That's the only reason.
I don't care what Duke.
I think I know what those issues are. Those aren't the first stories. Those are probably the backup stories for the title.
Yeah, that's just gonna involve. That's just the titles that involve him.
Oh.
Let's see, Volume 5 of
look, it's Harley.
Come out to May 2nd, and Harley Quinn. Vote for Harley.
Meh.
Yeah, I think that's the last trade that collects Jimmy Palme and Manny Connor's run for the book.
Yeah, because I know she just recently got done taking on the mayor. Like Superman Reborn got that, Suicide Squad. I'm not getting any of these deluxe edition books because it's kind of pointless now.
I own Superman Reborn. I need a hardcover. I need only a trip back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these are all just the deluxe editions. Oh, except for Amazon.
That one I want. The Superman book I want. Because I love the
okay, I'm not getting this. Is the one I'm not getting because it's basically backup writers.
Wait, go up. Hang on.
Kate Perkins, they took over.
$35.
Because I know somebody else took over after Phil Jimenez, and she was going to become the Insect Queen. Now, Volume 3 is talking about.
That run was only just 10 issues.
I think I had a lot of story arc. The story arc eventually ended. Superwoman.
Volume 3 is Wonder Woman. I mean, Superwoman even good after Phil Jimenez left?
It was good. I liked it.
It kind of is. I still don't know why in the world he left for. I heard that the book was going to have rotating door of artists, and he just left.
The book ended.
Oh.
Which is sad. Okay,
now this takes place with Endgame in Batman.
DCU. Swap. DCU stuff is awful. I hate DCU stuff. It wasn't really
May 2nd, that's when I'm going to get that volume. Let's see, what else?
No way I'm paying $60 for that. Forget that.
Thank God, Dastardly Dead and Muttley finally ended.
Was that book good or bad?
That was an oddball series.
Well, that's because they contracted Garth Ennis to do 6 issues.
Oh, it's nothing. It's
oh, there goes the GLA. Let's see, who wrote this one?
Hey, Wally.
Oh, Mark Waid. Mark Waid is GLA.
Question, that's
it's GLA. I've actually read that series. It is really good, despite the fact it contradicts Brave and Bold number 28. But it's really good.
What about Legionaries by
awesome series
and Peter? Oh, okay. Mark Waid is on it. So is this good?
I think that's the Post Zero version.
Post Zero.
I just recently got through reading that series. Last month I think it was. It's a really good series.
What about Black Dozier by Alan Moore?
I think that's the second League of Strange Gentlemen series.
Okay, Nightwing New Order that comes out on May 2nd. The paperback.
I still want that book. That actually was amazing.
I already got that.
Oh,
I got the.
By the way, the writer of that miniseries, Kyle Higgins, is going to be at MagCon Orlando.
Yeah, I actually got this entire run right here for $5 at Second and Charles. It was a used book, but they sold it for $5, so I just bought it.
$100?
Why?
No, $5.
Oh, that's cheap.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Why
Superboy and Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, they got Phil Levitz, who I follow on Twitter, Lynn Wayne, Jerry Conway, and James Sherman.
Listen, why the $100?
Amazing book. It is really good. That book.
No, this is $50.
Yeah,
this is 16.
Yeah.
This
that
is 100
book,
because
that series is so good.
Let's see. We got Scooby-Doo Team Up, which is basically just all the team ups with the DC characters. We got Supergirl by Mark Tamaki.
Yeah, that book was amazing. I want that book.
Oh, Jeremy, I think that's also the same writer who writes She-Hulk.
Then why is
the current
She-Hulk so bad?
Okay, then how the hell do you write that? How do you go from writing a good Supergirl to writing that?
Yeah, how you gonna?
No idea. I actually kind of like what they're doing right now. Also in the recent issue of She-Hulk, she went back to being green.
Oh wait, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this when it comes out, August 15th. The omnibus edition to the Seven Soldiers, all in one trade.
$75.
Yeah, but it's the entire trade in one because I have the trade, but it's in two different books. It's 2 books in one.
Yeah, I recently read that. It is so good.
And you
But
could
the
tell how
problem is,
Multiversity was basically
yeah,
this is the
DC
predecessor
did
to Multiversity.
nothing after that series ended. It's like it was set up for another. It was set up for possibly an ongoing series,
For
but
everyone.
nothing
The
happened.
entire point of it was to try to see if people would want to get an ongoing series for all the characters. So far, only Frankenstein and Shining Knight and the Witch Boy. They were the only 3 characters I saw there that actually stayed. Like they actually got
well, Satana obviously stayed because she's still around.
Well,
Satana actually, I think I did see her recently show up in a book. I actually saw her just recently. The female Bulleteer. I think I just there was one book I just read this week. I saw her in. Wasn't I think it might have been. I think it was Green Lanterns. Yeah, she was in Green Lanterns.
So, also, what about Mark Millar's Superman?
Never read it.
I have. It's good. I heard he is a big Superman fan and he knows how to write the character.
Well, yeah, this is for $30.
Is that there? Superman for the Animals? Is that in that trade?
Superman Adventures. Wow. Let's see, Superman team up with the Tangent Comics. When do they got the Superman and the Tangent Kids where they talk about those freaking computers?
Oh yeah, that issue. I saw him called it looks really stupid.
Now we got Titans Total Chaos by Marvel.
Yeah, the Wildstorm with the triple part.
I've read Total Chaos. It is a bizarre crossover, and it is the most dialogue-heavy crossover of the 90s.
Wait, was this one where the Titans were getting killed off? And Nightwing...
No, that was Titans Hunt.
That Titans Hunt.
Total Chaos is the thing that, well, if you kind of read it, it kind of, at that point, kind of led to the downfall of the title in the 90s. That particular one. Characters were openly trying to fight each other for no reason. Like, it's like they really trying to fight each other, and this storyline was second to last one to feature the regular Titans because after this, the book went downhill.
Let's see, we got Zero Hour. They're redoing 0 Hour again.
$25. It's cheap.
And Wildstorm, which I'm looking forward to.
Wildstorm is weird. I don't know.
Let's see, Astro City. I gotta look into the series.
I heard it's very good.
It is good. I think that issue right there, 52. I think that's the last issue of the series.
Bigger, but it was a Vertigo book, right? Bigger anthology.
I like the homage. Yeah, it's Crisis on Infinite Earths right there. I like that little homage right there.
That's really cool. That art was so beautiful.
Yep, but I think it says final issue, right? I think it's the final issue of the series.
Wait,
there's only 52 issues in a series?
What sucks?
Wait, let's see. Yep, this is the final issue of Astro City. Wait, there's only been 52 issues, or they've been rebooting it?
I forget.
This is the third volume of Astro City because this book has been going on and off since the late 90s.
Wait.
So how many issues are there?
I volume of Astro City.
This volume and along with the other mini series, it's over 100 issues long.
So this book has been going on since
this and Fables is finally done.
Fables is over? No.
Yeah, I'm collecting Fables. I'm slowly collecting all the Fables in the big trades. Joshua will really get Deathbed.
Never heard of it.
Oh, Deathbed. I've heard about this thing. It's a movie. Is this based upon the movie? Deathbed?
No. Never heard of the movie. And there's Imaginary Fiends by Tim Seeley and Motherland.
That's good. That's a really good series. But Deathbed, oh boy, that's a bizarre film. Where a bed actually literally eats you.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Yeah. The whole story with this deathbed is that this is cursed bed. If you lay on it, the bed will eat you by dissolving in its acid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
People, this bed literally eats people by dissolving them inside of it.
Well, this one's talking about how this dude is
and the only way this cult leader by teleporting outside and then burning it.
What?
Okay, now this is all the other stuff. This is the old stuff. They're just basically finally bringing out.
That's one of the weird concepts.
That wraps up for this. yes. Well, this wraps up for this one. You
All
guys
right.
can do your outros. Because I gotta get ready for the work week now.
You can follow my YouTube Touch Poker. You can follow my page on my Twitter. You can follow my Stardust. You can follow me Netty on.
There is no subject.
Yep. And I joined for
No second subject.
One. So the next discussion on next time maybe you choose discussion. That's not a bad idea. In fact, I'll probably host that one.
And Nick.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Google Plus and Twitter.
Oh.
And today we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.